Live with Pistons fans across Metro Detroit after the game.
The Pistons continue to amaze, to win when most think they won't, to shrug off controversy and criticism. One more victory in San Antonio, and they match the accomplishment of the bad boys.
Rock Financial presents Pistons Game Day. Here's Channel 7's Don Shane.
Nothing quite matches the aura and the atmosphere of a Game 7. I don't care if it's the World Series. I don't care if it's the Wings in the Stanley Cup Finals. I don't care if it's the Super Bowl. It is one game, one night, with a chance to win a title. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the SBC Center in San Antonio, Texas. Pistons and Spurs, Game 7. Pistons trying to make it back-to-back NBA championships. A lot of key moments in Game 6 to get us to this point. Maybe none bigger than this one late in the game. Chauncey driving and misses, but Rasheed is right there for the follow, and the Pistons had stunned the Spurs and this crowd here in San Antonio. As always, we're joined by former head coach Chuck Daly back in our studios to talk about this game. And first of all, Chuck, the Pistons have the momentum. The Spurs have the home court advantage. Which team has the advantage and why?
I don't know that either one truly have an advantage because it's such a big game on a major stage, and the team, obviously, that plays the best will win this basketball game. But I love the way the Pistons have been playing. It looks to me in the last 4 games like they've dominated except for the loss by 1, and they could have easily have won that one. Other than the first 2, they've been the team to beat, and let's hope that's the case tonight.
You know, most people that are involved in a game like this don't like to hear the stats, but the home team is 12-3 in this game. I don't think the Pistons care about that stuff, do they?
No, I don't think so. This is as tough-minded team as I've ever seen, including our bad boy days in '89 and '90, and they respond to these kind of circumstances. They've got some guys, they play together, they believe in each other, and they really play the game. I love the way they play.
All right, certainly you know what the pressure is all about in a game like this, but what about the players? Well, our Vic Faust had a chance to talk to the Piston players about that topic. He joins us live from across the court with that angle. Vic.
All right, thank you, Don. Well, when the season began and the championship banner was raised at the Palace, the Pistons had one thing on their mind. That was repeating as champs. And after everything, and it's been a lot that they've gone through this season, here they are on basketball's biggest stage, Game 7, with a chance to do it.
It is, man. It is. I mean, I can't imagine anything else better than this, you know what I'm saying, outside of, you know what I mean, when I got married and my kids. I mean, this right here is right there, man.
I mean, it's what we do, man. We've been playing basketball all our lives. You know, he's playing on the biggest stage right now, performing on the biggest stage, so all you can do is just go out there and play basketball. So I don't need to be nervous.
Spurs sensation Manu Ginobili compares Game 7 with an Olympic game. But unlike Ben, he says nervous energy is just fine.
Of course, you are nervous, a little anxious, because that's where whatever you did in the last 10 months, it comes back to just one game. You win it all, or you go back home with nothing.
I don't look at records or percentages or who's won Game 7s or how many we've won at home or how many closeout games they've won and all that kind of stuff. It's about the teams involved, not about, you know, what history says about teams.
It's what everybody dreams about, you know, having the opportunity to, win a championship, in a Game 7, playing in the playground and, going through your little routines or whatever, and now you're here. It's sort of like a dream come true.
The Pistons do have experience in this setting, winning Game 7s last year in New Jersey and this year in Miami, which is why Chauncey thinks they'll win the title tonight.
Yeah, I think we will. I do.
All All you have to do is look at those eyes when Chauncey says it. Yes, I think we do. He wasn't being cocky. He was being serious. He's confident. The Pistons are loose, and I like how they are going into this game, Don. So we'll see what happens in just a few hours. We'll send it back to you on the other side of the court.
All right, thank you very much, Vic. Let's bring Chuck back in. You know what? I like it. I assume you do, too, when a player says, yeah, I think we're going to win. There's nothing wrong with that, is it?
No, I would love it if I were his coach, and he can back up. He's got the game to back it up. It will be interesting to see which team does have nerves. They can talk all they want about, both coaches and players, about not being nervous. You will see some signs of nervousness as this game develops, particularly early in the game.
You know, it's interesting that you say that, because my sense is over the last day and a half or so is that the Spurs are indeed more anxious, more defensive, maybe more nervous. You're there, I'm here, I sense that, but can you see that in their play, especially in the last few minutes of that game the other nights?
Basically, I saw it all the entire game. I thought they were out of control. The guards were penetrating, didn't know what to do with the ball. They were over-anxious. I think their mindset, they went home and people started to talk about, well, we're going to end it tonight. There's no chance that they could do it. One of the things they didn't take into consideration was the fact that they took the red eye and the Pistons didn't. The Pistons waited till the next day, and I think that was a little bit significant. I still think that's why they're a slight favorite tonight.
All right, Chuck and I still have a lot to discuss concerning Game 7. When we come back, you'll hear from one Piston who's been around a long time and trying to win his first NBA ring. That's next when Pistons Game Day continues live from San Antonio.
The Rock Financial Pistons Game Day is brought to you in part by Rock Financial. Call the mortgage experts at 800-333-ROCK or visit them at rockfinancial.com. By Wallside Windows, we can do that. We are the factory. By Bell Tire, trust us, we'll make you happy you came in. That's a promise. By Gardner White, get the look you want for less at Gardner White. By SBC, going beyond the call. And by your Metro Detroit Ford dealers. Check out the great deals on the new 2005 Ford vehicles. Visit FordVehicles.com.
Ain't no pressure for us. Ain't pressure bust pipes. We don't bust pipes.
Leave it to Rashid to come up with the quote of the week so far, and it's a dandy. All right, so many nice angles and stories connected to this game, but I think one of the nicest clearly centers around Antonio McDyess. This is a guy who's been around a long time and has yet to win a ring. And I talked to him and I asked him, yes, of course, the Pistons want to win it, the other players for themselves and the organization in the city. But do you think they also want to win it for you?
I hope they look at it that way, because I'd do the same for them. But I think just everyone just want to win a second championship that's already got one. For me, it's my first, and you know, I just want to just get over the hump to get one of them.
Didn't you sign here just for this opportunity?
No question. I mean, like I said, I could be at home looking at this on television. You know how my career went. And just having this opportunity to play in this, man, what more can I say?
Antonio had so many injuries before joining the Pistons, he almost quit playing basketball. Now he has new teammates who respect and admire him.
Him being a fellow Mississippian, you know, I really want him to walk across that stage and accept that award.
You would think if things are fair, a guy as special as him would end up with an NBA World Championship. I mean, he's just a special, special person.
Can you at all put into words what this would mean should you win?
I think it's speechless to even say how I would feel. I'd probably be really emotional, you know, grateful. I mean, I could just keep going on and on about the way I would feel. I mean, just to be in this position, I'm still grateful and blessed, and, you know, from what all I done went through.
Well, let's bring Chuck back in and talk about Antonio first. It's awfully tough to win your first ring, to win any ring, but this is, as Joe says, a special guy that you'd like to see win one.
You know, I don't know him personally, but just listening to him, I love what he stands for. He's been a terrific teammate all year. He's been the bench for the Pistons, been the main scorer, and he's played even better in these playoffs. He's really stepped up, and it would be wonderful to see a guy of his character who comes back from so many injuries and lets a lot of people believe that these things can happen. Good for everybody.
You know, I think we all know that the leaders on the respective teams are Chauncey Billups and Tim Duncan. Let me ask you this. Of those guys, whoever does their job better tonight, do you think that team wins this game?
Well, that's a hard question because Duncan has to do it and Billups has to do it, but so do other people. In the case of Chauncey Billups, he has been remarkable, particularly the last 2 years in the playoffs. The guy knows how to score. He knows how to run a team. He knows how to defend. He knows where the ball has to go. The case of Duncan, Duncan's had problems. He's had problems at the free throw line. He's gotten about 17 shots blocked. So he's the guy I think's got to step up bigger than Chauncey if San Antonio Spurs want to win this particular game.
Well, you say that, and you're right on, because all they've been talking about here for the last 2 days is they're going to feed him the ball. He has disappeared at the end of the game. If he disappears again, they won't win tonight, will they?
No, they won't win. He's got to have a huge game in every facet. He's got to score. He's got to rebound. He's got to block shots. But force feeding him won't do it because there'll be other things they have to do. I did think that they forgot him a little bit in the last game, but I think tonight they will try to go to him. But you got to be careful you don't overdo that.
All right, Chuck and I have more to talk about concerning Game 7. When we come back, you'll hear from a couple of the players' wives. A little insight and perspective you don't normally get. That's next when Pistons Game Day continues live from San Antonio.
I just believe in myself and my guys, my coach. I just do, man. I just believe in us, man. I just don't think that nobody's better than us, you know what I mean? And it's not like a cocky or arrogant thing. We've worked, you know, to build that trust in one another. I just believe that.
Some more intelligent comments from Chauncey Billups. You know, after Game 6, the wives of the Piston players were sitting in the stands close by, and our Tom Lydon got out of the locker room and went right to them to talk to them about the Game 6 win, their husbands, and looking forward to Game 7.
They sit here, or maybe even here, living and dying on every move made by the guys, their husbands, who sit here.
Oh my goodness, it's very stressful. I mean, we were literally at one point pacing in the stands because it's very stressful. But I mean, I believe in this team. We have a great group of guys that believe in one another, and they, you know, they travail. I mean, all the odds are against them, but they still come out on top.
He came through, and she did it. I'm so proud. The team did it. I'm so proud of the team. I'm just so happy. I'm so happy. If I could scream right now, I would scream.
You go ahead, scream. Go ahead.
Detroit basketball.
What are the first words you're going to say to your husbands tonight?
Go, babe.
I love you. You did it. I'm so proud of you. That's gonna be my first thing I say to him. I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I'm proud because you kept your composure. You didn't get a technical. I mean, you showed your emotions, but you still, you know, you held it together.
I was very impressed with Rasheed because it had to be 36 of the toughest hours he's had to live through. How did he persevere from your point of view, and how good did it feel to see him do what he did?
He knew he had to step up because they know they were going to come after him. They knew he was going to. He had 5 fouls, and he still played his game. He did not. He blocked shots. I was like, oh, it was phenomenal. He was just phenomenal.
She was very loud.
I was.
She was definitely Rasheed's cheerleader tonight, and the Pistons.
Yes.
It's not over with. It's not over. There's still another game to play. There's still a championship to be won. So relax and focus and do it and bring it back home. Bring it back home. There it is.
I like that. Let's see that. That's what they're playing for.
Yeah, well, theirs is much bigger than mine, but my hands are smaller.
It has been said behind every good man is a great woman, and anyone who thinks that a wife doesn't have a major impact on their husband's play only needs to recall a story from earlier in this series. Shonda Wallace, Ben Wallace's wife, he asked her, how did I play in games 1 and 2 on a scale from 1 to 10? She said, eh. And we all know how Ben played in games 3 and 4. Don, we send it over to you on the other side of the court.
All right, thank you, Tom. Let's bring Chuck back in and talk about this wives and the kids. It's a little different now, I guess, But you tell me then, when you were coaching, with who travels and their role and everything else with the wives and the children.
The only time that the wives went along when we were performing at this stage was during the finals, and they did go along, and they stayed at another hotel. It worked for us. It worked for us. I told you, I thought they were communists. Everybody was a distraction to me, and so I played it that way. I wanted our guys like this. I didn't always get it, but it kind of worked 2 years. So it's a different world today. The wives are much stronger than they used to be.
Yeah, they have a role, and it seems to be working now. All right, Chauncey in this series, and I want to talk about him just a little more. He leads in scoring, assists, free throw percentage, and he only has 8 turnovers in the first 6 games. If the Pistons win, he's the MVP again, and maybe do you think he'll then start to get credit for being the player that he is?
Probably not, only because he has no flash or flair. I mean, he is just a great basketball player. Coaches love him. The fans who really know love him. But he doesn't, say, for instance, in Isaiah Thomas. Someone asked me that today. I said, he doesn't have that flair. He doesn't have that kind of charisma. But, man, oh, man, what a basketball player. I'd like to coach him every day of the week.
Yes or no, really quickly, if the Pistons do happen to lose, and we don't want that to happen, but he has another great game, could you see him being an MVP even though you're not on the winning team?
I think it would be very difficult. They're going to go another route. I think they're going to go with the winning team. That's usually the case.
Okay, Chuck, we're back with more of Pistons Game Day after this. You will be hearing from Larry Brown saying something in the huddle to his guys that might surprise you. That's next on Pistons Game Day.
The fact that Rock was willing to give us a loan without putting any money down was perfect for what we needed at the time.
At Rock Financial, we've helped a lot of folks purchase homes for $0 down. You can imagine turning a renter into a home buyer is a great experience for us.
We would not have been able to get a home without that option.
Rock helped us save a lot of money.
So much money now that we can remodel the room for the baby.
Call and see if it makes sense for you. 800-333-ROCK.
Buy any new or used car, truck, SUV, or van from Buff Wayland Chevrolet and get this free performance video from Juilliard's Academy. What's Juilliard's Academy got to do with Buff Wayland Chevrolet? Nothing. But at his prices, who cares? Shop the giant, minutes from everywhere, Buff Wayland Chevrolet.
What you doing?
Earning interest with our online checking.
What's that cost?
Relax, it's free.
Free? From who?
From whom?
Whatever.
Fifth Third Bank's E53 online checking. Earn interest, get internet banking, free bill payment, and it's all free. All from Fifth Third Bank.
No fees, no paper, online, and we earn interest? That's easy.
You mean E53.
Whatever.
Wallside, Michigan's window leader, announces our incredible pre-holiday sale. Prices have never been lower. Get sliders from $229 installed. Double hung tilt-ins from $189 installed. Patio door walls from $699 installed.
We can do that. We are the factory.
And you pay nothing till July 2006. Wallside won't be undersold. Give us 15 minutes in your home and we'll prove it. Call now, 1-800-521-7800.
Where are the hottest deals on mattresses? At Gardner White during the 7 days of summer sale. Get Simmons queen size pillow top mattress sets as low as $399. Plus, for the first time ever, get a Simmons queen mattress set and pay nothing until 2007. Gardner White pays your sales tax on every item, and there's no minimum purchase required. Add in free next day delivery and free removal of your old mattress for the hottest deal in bedding.
But a deal this hot can't last. So get to Gardner White today and save.
The Rock Financial Pistons Game Day is brought to you in part by Rock Financial. Call the mortgage experts at 800-333-ROCK or visit them at rockfinancial.com. By Wallside Windows, we can do that. We are the factory. By Bell Tire, trust us, we'll make you happy you came in. That's a promise. By Gardner White, get the look you want for less at Gardner White. By SBC, going beyond the call. And by your Metro Detroit Ford dealers. Think Ford first.
Welcome back to the SBC Center in San Antonio. David Hall joining us. Hey, man, thanks for the relationship between Rock and Channel 7. And
we really appreciate it. And you guys are the good luck charm because last year they brought it home, and I think this year they're going to bring it home too. I'll tell you, Palace Vision tonight is sold out and rocking at home, and those folks that are watching on Palace Vision know that. And we just want to thank you guys. Don is the dean of sports. Yes, you are, in Metro Detroit, and I think you guys have been really good luck for us. We just want to say thank you, and we're going to root them in tonight. I'll tell you, I'm going to be on my feet the whole time tonight. I'm the biggest fan in this arena. Pistons got to bring it home. This is it. 2 years in a row. Dynasty we're going to formate tonight.
Absolutely nothing wrong with that. I know you're sitting right there. Enjoy the game, David.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Have a good one.
There's a moment from near the end of Game 6 the other night involving Larry Brown and his team that we have to show you. It was one of those kind of in-the-huddle clips that ABC showed. You might be surprised to hear what Larry said to his guys right at the very end of this. Listen to this.
You know what we're about. That's what we do. You know, that's what we do. Nobody can be more proud than this. All right? Come on. We got this game. Every loose ball, every long rebound, every hustle play we make. All right? Let's go. Have some fun, baby. Hey, I didn't tell you I love you guys.
The I love you guys line must have worked. The Pistons went back onto the court, made huge baskets, like this one by Rashid. I asked Joe Dumars and Chauncey Billups for a reaction to Larry's I love you guys.
At that time, I really wasn't in a sentimental state, but you know what I'm saying? I was just like, all right, man, what we running, though? You know what I'm saying? But it was cool, though. It was cool.
If Chuck had said that?
Did he ever?
Nah, he didn't say that. That's not a group you would have said that to.
All right, since I got you here, you heard what Joe said. Would you have said that to the guys? And I know in your own way you loved them.
Yeah, I did. I said a lot of nights, but then the next day I'd be just the opposite because they'd drive me crazy. But I did love them, and I still do.
Do the Pistons set NBA history tonight, or do the Spurs somehow win this game tonight?
I think the Pistons are going to come through in a very, very tough game. They're going to have to fight through a lot of problems. I think one of the big keys is Rashid. If he gets 16 points, they're 7-0. That's number one. Number two, his temperament. He did a good job of controlling other people in previous games. Tonight, he's got to control his temperament.
All right, we'll see how Game 7 plays out here in San Antonio. Chuck, as always, thank you for joining us. We look forward to your compliments and all the things you have to say about this game right after this game is over. So it is Game 7, Pistons and Spurs for the NBA championship. Pistons trying to become the first team to win the last 2 games on the road and win the title. The Spurs trying to win their 3rd title in 7 years. We are back later on tonight, right after the game here on Channel 7, with the complete post-game story. Until then, I'm Don Shane for Chuck and Vic and Tom. Enjoy the basketball game, everybody. Coming up on Channel 7.
Put a stop to pop-ups. SBC Yahoo Online Protection blocks viruses, pop-ups, and more. It's all together in one place. Included with SBC Yahoo DSL, now just $14.95 a month when you order online.
Are you still living with the problems of a sinking foundation? You might want to call the experts.
The symptoms of a sinking foundation can be subtle, but the experts at Insta-Dry Basement Systems are trained to identify those symptoms. With the Grip-Tight Peering System, they can lift and stabilize your home, all for a lot less time and money than you might expect. Call today for a free estimate.
Insta-Dry, known best for being better.
Wallside, Michigan's window leader, announces our incredible pre-holiday sale. Prices have never been lower. Get sliders from $229 installed. Double-hung tilt-ins from $189 installed. Patio door walls from $699 installed.
We can do that. We are the factory.
And you pay nothing till July 2006. Wallside won't be undersold. Give us 15 minutes in your home and we'll prove it. Call now, 1-800-521-7800.
On DVD, Off the Streets.
Winning in here is the key to winning out there.
Where we from? Into the Game.
Come on. All you gotta do is have the drink.
Inspired by the true story.
Basketball is a privilege.
Of a coach that turned a team into champions.
This whole community is behind this team.
And boys into men.
We're gonna finish what you started, sir.
Directed by Thomas Carter, Samuel L. Jackson, Coach Carter. Play to win on DVD today.
You're a parent, which means every day you do something great. But today, you'll outdo yourself. You'll learn about saving for college with the Michigan Education Savings Program, the 529 College Savings Plan with a Michigan income tax deduction. Start today and give yourself more time to build your child's college fund and your 2005 Michigan income tax deduction. Go online or call 1-866-643-8449.
All-star and champion Ben Wallace knows a thing or two about serious bling.
Yo, check it.
Nice. Now check this. The Ford F-150. 28 World Championships is the world's favorite full-size pickup.
Now that's some serious bling.
Now, current AZD plan lessees can lease a fully equipped F-150 XLT Super Cab for $199 a month with $1,969 cash to its signing.
Hey, man, it takes a champion to know one. See your Metro Detroit Ford dealer today, and...
7, honored as America's top television station for community service.
This is the home of the NBA Finals. ABC Sports Championship Television.
After 6 hard-fought, emotional, bruising games, this roller coaster series reaches its apex. These men are about to do something no one has done in a decade. NBA Finals, Game 7. Now this is where legends are born.
Knocked away, but Nelson gets it. John Nelson. So this must have been a great win for you. Exactly.
So whose moment awaits? Will it be Detroit, the defending champs? The ensemble that refuses to leave the stage? The team that refuses to relinquish its crown? The stars willing to make the moment?
Lob for Ben for the two-hand jam. Chauncey Billups for 3. Rasheed Wallace with a cold-blooded 3.
Or will it be the Spurs? Their stars have authored key moments. The spectacular, the steady, the shot. Can make their mark in the biggest game of their careers. One night, one game, one chance to make history. It's Game 7 of the NBA Finals on ABC. Chevrolet NBA Game Time begins with the two-time MVP of the Finals, Tim Duncan. Will it be his night? Will Chauncey Billups win back-to-back Finals MVPs? Is this the last game for Hall of Fame coach Larry Brown with the Pistons? Will it be a championship night? We welcome you to the SBC Center, San Antonio, Texas. Go Spurs, go! The chant heard round town. Many Detroit Piston fans have made the journey. Why not? Don't hold anything back. It's a night as special as it gets in sport. Good evening, everyone. Along with Hall of Famer Bill Walton, Greg Anthony, Mike Tirico, our privilege to be here on Chevrolet NBA Game Time before the 16th Game 7 in NBA Finals history at 16 out of the 59 years of the Finals. Now, we haven't had one in 11 years since '94. That's the longest drought between Game 7s. In that game, in the state of Texas, the Houston Rockets beat this guy's team, Greg Anthony and the New York Knicks. But you know what tonight's about. Why is Game 7 of the finals different from every other game you play?
Well, as a young player, the nerves and anxiety are quite prevalent. But really, when you get to a Game 7, you learn that it defines who you are as a player and as a team. And the 7th game really is sport's greatest test of one's character. And it'll be interesting to see under the pressure whose character comes to the forefront.
Greg, this pressure that you're talking about, it's taking its toll on Tim Duncan, who looks scared, who looks like he doesn't want to be here, who looks like he doesn't want the ball, he doesn't want to get to the free throw line. These are mental issues. We are witnessing a psychological, an emotional, and spiritual breakdown here. Tim, he needs to step back. He needs to embrace his demons and train his mind to learn how to love these special moments and opportunities.
Without him being great tonight, they won't win this trophy, the championship trophy, or that trophy, the newly minted trophy that goes to the MVP. It's a title worn by Tim Duncan. He won the MVP twice, 99 and 2003, and Chauncey Billups, who won the MVP award for the Pistons last year. Look, big game, the bigger your name, the bigger your importance. Those two guys are huge tonight for their respective teams, and we asked them very simply, are you nervous?
A little bit more than I probably ever have been. Yes.
No, I'm not nervous at all.
It's welcomed. It's a test, and it's about being the best in the toughest situation.
For me, I just look at it like it's a regular game.
It's about imposing wills. It's about stepping up, and we're going to have to stand in front of each other, and we're going to have to show who the best team is.
Our strength is in numbers, so we got to have confidence in one another to win it. We don't take it for granted, and we fight, and we claw, and we bite, every chance we get.
It comes down to who can put it together on the floor on one night, and it's about who can bring it.
We look at it like any other Game 7. It's for all the marbles.
Chauncey embraces it. This is his 4th Game 7. I was on the floor 15 minutes ago, and he said, isn't this great? Meantime, Tim Duncan never has played in a Game 7. There's apprehension from him, and as we join Al Michaels down on the floor, Al, there's apprehension all around San Antonio regarding their star.
No question about it. They were all set to celebrate on Tuesday, and now they've had to wait 48 hours. And we've been talking about Tim Duncan. You heard what Bill had to say. And I think about Duncan, the expectations for Tim are so high. He hasn't had a great series by any stretch of the imagination. But the irony is, if he plays decently tonight and San Antonio wins this series, he will be the leading candidate to be the MVP. And as they turn to UB Brown, how well does Duncan have to play tonight for San Antonio to win a championship?
Al, they need big numbers from him in every category. Now, he's been solid in the playoffs, in the finals. 20 points, 15 rebounds. That's 5 rebounds more than any other player playing in the finals. Then he backs it up with the 2 block shots. But when they run the screens on the wing and they have a mismatch with Duncan, the perimeter people from San Antonio must find him early and allow him to operate early in the shot clock. Now, the pressure's on Timmy to go to the foul line and make the foul shots. In games 5 and 6, he's missed 12. That will not get it done now.
We have been here now for 2 weeks, for 14 nights. Most of those nights we've talked early on about Chauncey Billups. What does Detroit need from Billups tonight to win the championship?
Well, he's playing to his potential, and you love it. Sure, the 22 points are there, but how about going to the foul line? He's made 33 out of 36 foul shots. That's 92%. Then, with the pressure on the point guard, games 3, 4, 5, and 6. How about this stat? 27 assists and only 3 turnovers. That's a ratio of 9 assists to 1 turnover. Staggering. He sets the tempo out, and he makes terrific decisions.
If he has a big night, there's a good chance he wins the MVP award for the 2nd straight season. Table is set, Mike, and we'll see you after double overtime. Have a good one.
Wouldn't that be something, guys? That's happened once in the 15 Game 7s in the NBA Finals. Well, we talk about the finals where legends are born. If the Detroit Pistons win tonight, as a team, they will enter legend status. Consider they would be the first team to win Games 6 and 7 on the road in the finals, and just the 4th team to take Game 7 away from home. Their coach Larry Brown already in the Hall of Fame, going up, as you have heard throughout this series, against one of his closest friends, Greg Popovich. Let's hear from both coaches. First, Larry with our Stuart Scott.
Mike, thanks a lot. Coach, your team can make history on several different levels. This game, this magnitude, what's the last thing you're going to tell them before they hit the court?
Well, I want them to enjoy the moment. I can't think of anybody that's been in athletics that wouldn't want to trade places with us tonight. So from that standpoint, I think they got to enjoy it and realize how special it is and do the best they can.
I know you and Pop went out to dinner last night. What did y'all talk about?
I went over to his house, actually, and Aaron and the kids were there, and they cooked a nice little spread, and we didn't talk basketball at all. It was about our families and, you know, basically how proud I am of him and how if we had our druthers, we'd sit in the stands and let the players play and enjoy it.
What'd you eat?
They had a lot of good stuff. I can't just say anything. My wife would get mad. So
not as good as her cooking?
No, it was pretty good, but I might have had some stuff I wasn't supposed to have.
All right, we appreciate it, Coach. Good luck tonight. Michelle, you are now with the man who hosted this man right here.
Well, we know if Popovich hosted dinner last night, fine wine was served, but the confines will probably be a little less friendly tonight for the Detroit Pistons. As a head coach, your San Antonio teams have never been pushed to a best of seven, a seventh game in a best of seven. It's new territory. So how are you going to approach this from a psychological standpoint?
We've done everything basically the same that we always do. I think players already understand, you know, the importance of the game and how big the game is and that sort of thing. So to make it any bigger than that, I think, is probably not wise. So we've kind of gone the other direction, and, you know, we respect our opponent tremendously, but preparation for them really has been the same.
Tim Duncan, we know, is notorious for putting pressure on himself, for beating himself up when things aren't going well. How do you keep him from doing that tonight to the extent that it becomes counterproductive for your superstar?
I think mostly we've, you know, as usual, used humor, talked about other things beside basketball, just to keep his head clear. Because, as you said, you know, he's going to think enough about the game when he's back home. So when we're together, we stay away from basketball pretty much.
Okay, well, the staying away from basketball ends in just minutes. Mike Tirico, back to you.
Michelle, thank you. We've talked about Duncan and Billups a lot. They're the big guys. They're the folks. Every guy who plays tonight is going to have a huge impact. Give me a couple of key individuals.
Well, you know, if you're talking X factor, then I'm thinking Tayshaun Prince. I think it's going to be important. You know, as these finals have progressed, he's quietly put his imprint on this series. And in the matchup against Manu Ginobili, if he can somehow neutralize Manu's effectiveness, then I think that bodes well for a chance for the Pistons to repeat as champions.
For San Antonio, their team-oriented and motion offense, it's disappeared. There's no continuity, there's no movement, there's no cutters. It's all just one-on-one basketball with little guards mindlessly and senselessly dribbling around against a shot clock and then throwing up a wild shot. That will not work against a great defensive team like Detroit.
Forever disdain for guards, mindlessly running around. When we come back, Ahmad Rashad will visit with David Robinson, as well known as Spurs there is. We're going to take you through some of the memorable Game 7s in the history of the finals. Understand why Bill Russell equates it with being an undertaker. Robert Ory's won his last 5 Game 7s, looking for a 6th ring. Can Chauncey Billups of Detroit do it again on the big stage? Or Argentine Manu Ginobili, will he be the man tonight? Game 7 of the finals.
Chevrolet NBA Game Time on ABC. Brought to you by Chevy, the new Chevrolets, an American revolution.
Chevy's proud to be the #1 selling passenger car brand in America. We have the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road. And 9 cars with at least 30 highway miles per gallon. We've always broken the rules. Now we're rewriting them. Introducing for the first time ever, the Chevy employee discount for everyone. You pay what we pay, not a cent more. Chevy, an American revolution.
See the comedy Joe Siegel calls a summer blockbuster. Jeffrey Lyons says this is Adam Sandler's funniest movie.
Stuff happens. Yes, it does. I mean, look what happened to your ears.
The Longest Yard. Rated PG-13. Now playing.
Think summer's hot? Check out Radio Shack and our Red Hot Wireless event. Hurry in for sizzling deals on wireless phones and plans. Let our friendly experts connect your entire family with our exclusive Samsung Family Pack on your choice of Sprint PCS or Verizon Wireless. Get a camera phone and color screen phone free after a $50 mail-in rebate with new 2-year agreements on each. It's why we sell more wireless phones than any other consumer electronics retailer. Get yours during the Red Hot Wireless event at your neighborhood Radio Shack.
Stanley FatMax, the only tape measure that stands out 11 feet.
Leadership is plural, it's never singular. The San Antonio Spurs are a perfect example. Tony Parker has been leading his team since playing in France at age 17. Tim Duncan developed his quiet determination in the Virgin Islands. And Manu Ginobili mastered the game's intangibles growing up in Argentina. And the result is a shared vision.
And the pride of the great Lone Star State are NBA champions, and the Spurs have wrapped it up.
I work as a mechanic during the week, and on the weekends, we race desert off-road. This is what I drive to the desert. This engine used to smoke when I started it up. Max Life Oil greatly reduced that smoke.
At $75,000, time to switch to Max Life.
Now is a great time to buy the John Deere riding lawn tractor you've always wanted. Get 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments until March 2006. And get $250 off attachments and accessories. See your John Deere dealer now.
Nokia 6255i in select cities now. Opens everywhere summer 2005.
I don't know what they expect to find when they got here, but they found us.
War of the Worlds with a PG-13, June 29th.
Tomorrow, Platinum Pop sensation Jesse McCartney. He's got the girls going wild for him. And tomorrow, he'll let loose in a live performance. It's Good Morning America's Summer Concert Series, presented by Listerine Whitening. Start your day good to go with Jesse McCartney.
Will you check out the scene in America's Motor City? That's the Pistons' home, the Palace of Auburn Hills, as they did Game 6, 22,000. It's sold out to watch it on Palace Vision on the big screen. We say hello to them, and we'll be checking in on you during the night. And they'll be rooting for number 3. The gong goes off when Big Ben answers the call. Ben and Bruce Bowen, 2 terrific defenders, how important they will be on this championship night. Getting close to Game 7 of the NBA Finals. We've mentioned this has happened 15 times before in NBA history. Now, greats and legends have been in this spot and not gotten it done. Jerry West 0 for 4 in Game 7 of the Finals. Bill Russell, 5 wins, 5 tries. We'll use Russell, the Hall of Famer, and another Hall of Fame big man, Hakeem Olajuwon, who won the last Game 7 of the Finals, to explain to you what it's like to be a part in the ultimate basketball game.
And tonight, the 7th game of the World Championship. Game number 7. All the practices, all the comes down to just one basketball game. This is a 7th game. Chip is at
1, 2, 3, Game 6, Game 5, it seems like it's too easy. For a championship game, both teams have the same opportunity to win. And the anticipation of both teams and the world watching is what it's all about.
Sam Jones and I were talking one time about the 7th game, and he asked me why I always wore a black suit to the 7th game. And I said, Sam, I'm an undertaker. And I wear this black suit because we're going to bury these guys.
Here comes Willis, and the crowd is going wild.
It's a very physical game, and you have to go out and play.
Frazier then slows it down, is picked up by Jerry West at the top of the post. 3.
You wonder, what will your image be after the game's over? Will I be able to do the things that I should do?
One of those just 6 sad nights for John Starks.
Total commitment to team effort, meaning everybody's playing as a unit. There's no room for selfishness or individual plays.
The Bullets are going to win for the first time in 36 years.
I just used to feel sorry for the other team when they got to the 7th game, and I knew that they were going to go home and have a long summer.
How do you feel about going into another 7th game, this time on somebody else's floor?
We've done it before.
And the Celtics, they have done it again. A spectacular finish. Well, Phil, this
must have been a great win for you.
Exactly.
That emotion just to see the crowd getting ready to celebrate, and that was the moment. It boils down to one game, win it all.
It's all over. An NBA championship for Houston.
I mean, that's Game 7.
Game 7 means everything.
And you know so many of those greats will be sitting in their homes watching tonight. A couple of moments ago, the Pistons taking the floor here. Great crowd. This is as loud as I've ever heard this building, including when we were here when they won the title 2 years ago. They've been roaring nonstop and on their feet for the last 8 minutes, reaching a crescendo 30 seconds ago when the Spurs took the floor. All the atmosphere building. No one can better address what it's like for San Antonio and their big star than their recent big star. Our Chevrolet courtside report. Game 7 of the finals in San Antonio. Who better to ask? As strong a citizen, as great a player as they've ever seen in these parts. The centerpiece of the 2 NBA championships won side by side with Tim Duncan in '99 and 2003. Hall of Fame all over this guy. The Admiral David Robinson with Ahmad Rashad.
All right, thank you very much, Mike. All we've heard the last 24 hours is Game 7, Game 7, Game 7. The last time the Spurs were in a Game 7, you were playing for them. Can you put into words the type of pressure of players under in a game like this?
You know, it's funny because it seems like all the worry that you didn't worry about before come up to Game 7, then all of a sudden you start thinking about everything. But things don't really change. If you played well, if you're prepared for the game, then all you got to do is clear your head and get ready to do your job. And these guys, they know what to do. The best team usually wins in a 7-game series, and you got to trust that and go out and do your job.
Even though they have home court advantage, the Detroit Pistons have been so great with their backs against the wall, it feels like the pressure is on San Antonio.
Well, only because coming off that last game, you lose a little bit of confidence. I mean, the first 2 games, we look like all world. But you got to realize in 3 of the games out of this series, we have looked very, very good. And 3 of the games, they've looked very, very good. So right now, it's a roll of the dice. Our guys just got to come out confident, do their job. The Pistons are going to do what they've been doing. I think they're going to play well. Chauncey Billups has been all world. He's going to play well. So we just got to answer that bell.
There's got to be pressure on Tim Duncan. To his credit, the last Game 6, they really didn't go to him down the stretch, but he hasn't been dominant the last 2 games going down the stretch.
I have never seen Tim really put as much pressure on himself. I've always thought of Tim as the ice man, the second coming. I mean, he's always the coolest customer in the house. And so I was a little bit surprised during this series that he didn't seem as rock steady as he always is. But I know Tim, and that boy's going to play out of his mind tonight. So it's going to be a great game.
So even though you're a Spur, what's your real feeling about tonight?
Well, you know, I don't know. I think it's going to be like this series. It's been going back and forth. I think the game is going to go back and forth. I think it's going to be a barn burner down to the end. But I like to see us execute at the end. I think we're going to get it.
There is nothing better than a championship game, and we got one tonight.
This is incredible. It's exciting. First time all season, I wish I had my uniform on to be out there.
All right, back to you, Mike.
Thank you, Ahmad. Enjoyed those visits all during the finals. Can you sense it? Can you feel it? Game 7, a few minutes away. Some final thoughts when we come back to San Antonio.
Chevrolet Courtside Report, brought to you by the new Chevrolets, an American revolution.
Chevy's proud to have the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road. And Suburban, ranked highest in initial quality. We've always broken the rules. Now we're rewriting them. Introducing for the first time ever, the Chevy employee discount for everyone. You pay what we pay, not a cent more. Get an 05 Silverado half-ton two-wheel drive WT for a Chevy employee discount price of around $14,150 after cash back. See your local Chevy dealer.
For a good.
Verizon Wireless is offering a 2-for-1 camera phone deal for only $49.99.
Secondary thought he wanted us out of the water.
But the deal ends July 4th.
Hurry into a Verizon Wireless store to get a new Samsung A670 camera phone with flash for just $49.99 and get a second one free. Then start calling on the nation's most reliable wireless network. Good. Hurry, this offer ends July 4th. Verizon Wireless, we never stop working for you.
At Geico.com, you can get free rate quotes and handle all your car insurance needs online. But we like to make it interesting. Here's an idea we received via email. Yo, I think your website would be the bomb if you had the gecko do the robot.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
That was easy.
That was goaltending.
Check.
Oh. Fantastic.
I love this game.
For my sport, the only sunscreen is Coppertone Sport.
It's non-greasy, so I won't lose my grip.
And it doesn't run in my eyes, no matter how hard I sweat.
Coppertone Sport, high-performance sunscreens.
I play 4 instruments, 5 including my car. My engine used to sound terrible. I put Max Life in, and it runs smooth and strong.
At $75,000, time to switch to Max Life.
The most infamous assassination of all time is just the beginning.
Caesar is dead.
What have these madmen done? And the future of an empire.
Caesar named you his heir.
Lies in the hands of a gladiator.
I vowed to protect you.
The assassins will come for you next. Ride, Octavius!
You leave Rome a hunted boy, but you'll return an emperor.
He names me successor.
He named you his son. Claim your destiny.
You will die, and your dream will die with you.
If I'm to die tomorrow, there is nowhere on this earth I would rather be than here with you.
From the Oscar-winning producers of Chicago comes the biggest television event of the summer.
I am Caesar!
You'll never be Caesar!
Empire premieres Tuesday at 9/8 Central, only on ABC.
Chevrolet NBA Game Time on ABC. Brought to you by Chevy, the new Chevrolets, an American revolution.
This has been great. 14 minutes. These folks have not stopped cheering. Final thought, Bill.
These games are about offense. Detroit has the poise, the confidence, and the competitive greatness to get it done with Rip Hamilton, Chauncey Billups, and Tayshaun Prince.
Well, for me, I'm thinking about Robert Horry. He's the senior-most player on that San Antonio Spurs team. He's been in situations where he's had to take and make big shots in a Game 7. He needs to provide stability and leadership for them to win.
Winner.
San Antonio.
Detroit.
Game will take 2.5 hours long. The memories will last a lifetime. Thanks for watching Chevrolet NBA Game Time. 4 best words you can tell a sports fan. Game 7 is next.
I don't look at myself as a basketball coach. I look at myself as a leader who happens to coach basketball. When they get out into the workplace, they're armed with not just a jump shot or a dribble. I want you armed for life. You know, I want you to develop as a player. I want you to develop as a student. And I want you to develop as a human being. My life isn't about playing games. That's why my card is American Express.
You like what you see, huh? It's hard out here for a pimp.
His dream is alive.
I ain't never gonna be nothing more than what you is right now.
His music is real.
I've been hearing this beat in my head. 1 in a million shot.
His time has come.
Go! Whoop that trick! It ain't the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog.
Hustle and Flow. Rated R. Starts Wednesday, July 13th. Only in theaters. This Friday, 2020 is positively sinful with the premiere of a brand new 2020 series, The New 7 Deadly Sins. And this week, is vanity pushing parents to give their teen daughters breast implants as graduation gifts? Don't miss 2020 Friday. These three neighbors will team up for one huge home game. They'll give away this incredible house to one diverse family.
Tattoos and mohawks hopping out of a minivan. That was like my worst nightmare.
Welcome to the Neighborhood premieres Sunday, July 10th, only on ABC.
Vote. The 2005 WNBA All-Star Game is coming to the Mohegan Sun Arena on July 9th, and it's your turn to vote for your favorite players.
She's feeling it.
Log on to WNBA.com, cast your ballot, and you could even win a chance to attend this year's All-Star Game. The WNBA All-Star Game.
What a pass!
Your vote brings together the greatest players on the same court at the same time.
She's just the girl I'm looking for.
Catch the WNBA All-Star Game, Saturday, July 9th, 4 p.m. Eastern Time on ABC.
Prepare for the fantastic. This ABC presentation of the NBA Finals brought to you by Fantastic Four.
The trophy that symbolizes the NBA championship gets awarded tonight. For 9 months, from the start of training camp to now, two teams have practiced diligently, traveled nearly endlessly, and played on occasion flawlessly.
Don't you wanna go for a ride? Just keep your hands inside and make the most out of life. Now don't you take it for granted. And I'm steady, but I'm starting to shake. And I don't know how much more I can take. Oh, this is it now. Everybody get down. This is all I can take. This is how a heart breaks. You take a hit now. You feel it break down. Make you stay wide awake. This is how a heart breaks. This is how a heart breaks. This is how a heart breaks.
Oh, yeah, there are some Piston fans here tonight, but they are vastly outnumbered by the Spur fans, who hope this is the beginning of an all-night celebration. And as you come into the SBC Center, it is so loud you cannot hear yourself thinking as we get set for the 7th game of the 2005 NBA Finals, the Detroit Pistons against the San Antonio Spurs. I'm Al Michaels, along with UB Brown, Michelle Tafoya, and Stuart Scott will be handling the sidelines tonight. And a lot of people thought at the beginning of the series we had the two best teams in the league in the finals. So here we go now to a 7th game. The first 4 games in this series were all routes. The home team won each. The average margin of victory was 21 points. But Game 5 was a classic. Robert Horry winning in overtime. Game 6 was great. And so tonight, the 7th game, a champion will be determined. Perhaps an individual legacy will be forever determined. And certainly the legacy of the 2005 NBA Finals will be determined. As I turn now to UB, let's talk first about Detroit. The other night you said Richard Hamilton in Game 6, he'd be the key. He scored 23. You were prescient. You were right on. What about tonight? What does Detroit have to do to win?
Well, the big thing is they must stay hot in their shooting. Can they shoot 47% again from the field in back-to-back road games? Then also the three-point shooting was magnificent. They made 8. Well, in the previous 5 games, they only made 8. Picked up 8 easy points. Then the X factor, Tayshaun Prince, along with Rasheed Wallace. In the first, you can see it right there, they only averaged right there 19 points, 10 points or less between them. But then they had a strong Game 6. Whenever you say 29 points, 10 rebounds, 4 block shots, you're doing the yeoman's job.
Now, as far as the Spurs are concerned, clearly the centerpiece is Tim Duncan. He seeks his 3rd Finals MVP trophy. But what about the rest of the Spurs? What's their recipe tonight for a win?
Well, I think you got to get back to Game 1, Al, and that is Game 1 and 2. They were out there playing to their maximum potential. Duncan, Ginobili, Parker, they came in with the points, 61 points, shooting 54% from the field. Then a drop-off, not only of the 13 points, but how about the 42% field goal percentage? But the real pressure is on this team to make their foul shot. In games 5 and 6, they're only shooting 59% in close contests. And then Tim Duncan must step up. You cannot shoot 9 for 21 in this game tonight. We've got to come in with big numbers. Should be interesting.
If you're a sports fan, there are no more delicious words than Game 7. Let's find out more about the Spurs, and we go to Michelle Tafoya. Michelle.
Well, Al, speaking with Coach Greg Popovich before the game, he acknowledged there may be some minor changes in strategy tonight, but he really wanted his team to focus on just 2 things here in Game 7. Number 1, come to play, come to compete. Don't think about the game, just come to play and play with ferocity. He called that his players' best ally. And number 2, half-court defense. He said his team played very well in the half-court defense in games 1 and 2, which they won, but they haven't been the same since. And he thinks a return to that will result in some much-needed transition offense. But speaking with Manu Ginobili, there's one more key ingredient. Manu told me we cannot forget about Tim Duncan in the 4th quarter. Now over to Stuart Scott, who's with the Pistons.
Thanks a lot, Michelle. True, no team has ever won games 6 and 7 on the road to win the finals. But the Pistons not only don't care about stats right now, as far as they're concerned, this is not about winning 2 games. Ben Wallace told me this is 1 game. It's like college. 1 game to win the championship. Rip Hamilton called it urgent. When I said, yo, Rip, wasn't game 6 urgent? He said, yeah, it was urgency to stay alive. This is urgency to win it all. It's bigger. The Pistons as a team are very relaxed, even loose. Nobody seems nervous, as Tim Duncan admitted he was, but Rasheed Wallace doesn't even buy that. She told me, Tim Duncan ain't nervous. There's no way. I've never seen him nervous. When I asked Sheed if he was ready, he smiled, a real big smile, and he said in the voice of a comedian, are we ready? Yeah, we're ready. Then he started laughing, Al, and just put his headphones back on.
Thank you, Stuart. Well, in about 3 hours, we'll know everything. Right now to the PA announcer here in San Antonio, Stan Kelly.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the presentation of the colors by the 433rd Airlift Wing Color Guard from Lackland Air Force Base, Texas. Now, please remove all caps and hats to pay respect to our flag and country. And tonight, to honor America with the singing of our national anthem, please welcome country music recording artists Brooks and Dunn.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And as the lights come back up at the SBC Center, here are the Bud Light starting lineups for Game 7.
And good evening, everyone. It's Game 7 of the NBA Finals, where legends are born. Here is the starting lineup for the Eastern Conference champion Detroit Pistons. Their head coach, Larry Brown. Starting at a guard, 6'3" from Colorado, number 1, Chauncey Billups. The other guard, 6'7", from UConn, 32, Richard Hamilton. A forward, 6'11", from North Carolina, 36, Rasheed Wallace. Forward, 6'9", from Kentucky, 22, Tayshaun Prince. And a center, 6'9", from Virginia Union, number 3, Ben Wallace.
For this.
Are you ready? Here is the starting lineup. The Western Conference champions. Give it up for your San Antonio Spurs.
What is every time that you get a switch or you get in a help situation, get the ball with Duncan early and let him operate in the clock.
Tayshaun Prince is guarded by Ginobili.
This is a big matchup in this game tonight.
And Manu bodies him, and the foul is called here by Dick Pavetta. So go back to the basket, the opening basket of the game, Duncan.
Well, what I like to see there on that screen, Rasheed Wallace had to help on the dribbler, Ginobili. That freed up Duncan for a second. Anytime that you're running at Duncan, he can make the jumper or he can take you off the dribble.
Now Rasheed Wallace, one of the stars the other night, over Duncan, and he has that height advantage, and he's been able to exploit it at early junctures in games throughout the finals.
That time and time again, Al, especially from that spot on the floor.
Ginobili stops and hits.
The Ginobili-Prince matchup could dictate the game. Ginobili needs to create and score big, and Prince needs just to be consistent and force Ginobili into a difficult night shooting.
And they look like Bowen and Hamilton underneath on that sequence. Now Rasheed Wallace for 3. That doesn't go. Parker gets it for the Spurs. Loves to penetrate. Goes all the way. Has to dish it back out, and that's a turnover. And Detroit now with a 3-on-1. And he got away with traveling. He missed the basket, but they get it back.
3-on-1 situation. All he had to do was give it up, get it back. The defender would have had to commit.
And Wallace, and Ben Wallace, an MVP candidate in this series.
Well, there's got to be premium on the defensive rebounding here tonight. Detroit's having a shade under 15 a game, and then at the other end, San Antonio 13.
Parker, a runner from the lane, and Big Ben off the glass.
Easy points tonight will be the key in this game. Whether you get him on second shots or whether you get him out in transition.
Billups, who had a 34-point game in Game 5. Prince has come alive in the last couple of games of the series after a very slow start. Wallace works on Muhammad, and Wallace has given them far more offense in the finals than anyone could have dreamed.
Well, Ben Wallace is shooting 56%. Now, a lot of his shots are on second shot attempts cutting to the basket, but he has shot a very, very high percentage facing the basket. Now, that was a difficult release.
Parker stopping in the lane, has that one blocked. Hamilton quickly over to Prince. Hamilton is free. Duncan sends it out to Parker. Bruce Bowen handling the ball. He's going to drive, and Bruce Bowen will draw the foul.
Yeah, good call by Joey Crawford. A definite bump. You can see when the guys have the basketball tonight, they are not going to let them maul one another at the defensive end.
Bowen to inbound. Early substitution as Brent Barry comes into the game, and they give Parker an early rest. For Popovich, less than 4 minutes into the game, goes to the bench, and there goes Ben Wallace all the way in for the lay-in.
Once again, a deflection. San Antonio must play tougher in the post area and in the paint. You must be strong. This is a team that relies on shot blocking, deflections, forced turnovers to get out in the open floor.
Parker comes back in. So what was that there? Was it just a case of Popovich wanting to talk to Parker? He had him out for 15 seconds.
Absolutely.
Puts him back in. Barry sits down. Now Ginobili inside the arc.
You can see that Prince is honoring the quickness off the dribble of Ginobili in his first two possessions. But Ginobili will give you that rocker move and step back. He's a very confident guy in the perimeter.
Hamilton off the curl, and that's his bread and butter play. Detroit by 4 early. Duncan passed up a shot from 15. Muhammad gets the rebound, can't get the bounce. Duncan loses it. Back come the Pistons.
Now that's the value of a point guard who's getting you 5 rebounds. Chauncey Billups kept that ball alive to knock it out.
Billups, 3-point attempt. Duncan with the rebound.
I like the pace. This is San Antonio pace. Now, for Detroit, they just got to take advantage of the 3-on-2, 4-on-3s and get the easy baskets.
Muhammad, Ben Wallace on him. The sheet is on Duncan. And out of bounds, that one will go to San Antonio.
Detroit's defense has been just what you would expect it to be. They're trying to play and clog up off the dribble to the basket penetration by Parker and Ginobili. Then they've done a very good job in holding San Antonio to 1 shot attempt.
Fresh clock is Bowen inbounds. Duncan collects it. And over Rasheed Wallace and Big Ben underneath. All he needs is that one left hand. Like a big claw. And you got Billups posting down low and scoring through Parker.
Yeah, there's nothing they can do about that. Billups can take Parker at will. He not only has a size advantage, but he also has 20 pounds on him. Billups plays extremely strong with his back to the basket. Now down inside, anytime he gets in there, Chauncey Billups, he can finish, and you're afraid to foul him because of the high percentage.
Hey, baby, I'm running late. I'll see you there.
You got it.
Hey, where's the missus?
She's late.
She's late? Late?
Yeah, late.
Hey, everybody! Lisa and Big Daddy are expecting. Somebody get this man a Bud Light.
Well, Big Daddy is thirsty. I hope it ain't ugly.
Anything for the smooth taste of Bud Light. Great taste for your great times.
Can I have a word with you?
Race-inspired handling, responsive acceleration, and a 4-wheel independent suspension are all things you expect from Honda. What you don't expect is all that in a truck. A four-door truck with a 255 horsepower engine. And the highest government crash test rating possible. The new Ridgeline. Above all, it's a Honda.
Introducing brand new Blazing Buffalo boneless wings from KFC. Yep, boneless. Each made with 100% premium breast meat and glazed in our special new Blazing Buffalo sauce. Hurry in and get 6 for only $2.99 or 18 for $8.79. Also available in Honey Barbecue. No bones, all flavor at KFC.
Visa Signature. More than just a rewards card. It can magically turn all sorts of wishes into reality.
Give me a kiss to build a dream on.
Like getting you into practically impossible to get into restaurants at exclusively reserved tables. And since Visa Signature has no preset spending limit and is accepted at millions more places worldwide than American Express, it's everything you need to make your wishes come true.
Nice play.
With Visa Signature, rewards are just the beginning.
You think you still got game? She thinks your game is bingo. Ouch. New Stop Lines Moisturizer with SPF 15 from L'Oreal gives skin a younger, healthier look by reducing wrinkles in a month. New Stop Lines Moisturizer by L'Oreal Men's Expert, because you're worth it, too.
Here's a fun fact. Erected in 1963, the walnut stands 15 feet high.
I'll be in the car.
Go where you want with Avis. Just go to avis.com to find our best cars at our lowest prices every time. Avis.com, a better way to start your trip.
ABC Sports exclusive coverage of the NBA Finals. Brought to you by Bud Light. Fresh, smooth, real. It's all here.
Just before the game, the two guys in their respective huddles, and right now, UB Detroit's on a 10-2 run up by 6.
All right, mainly because San Antonio is struggling with their shooting. This is a game tonight. It's all about poise, and it's all about character of the individuals, and then execution as a team.
6:43 to go in the opening period. Ginobili to inbound.
Wallace on Ori, but then great block by Duncan.
And Ori responds at the other end.
Whenever you play San Antonio, they run their trailer right to the defensive arc in the lane. If you play behind that guy and he makes a catch, that's an easy score.
12. Rasheed Wallace missing, and Parker is there underneath.
He was off balance. That time Duncan was right up on top of him.
Duncan clearing it out. Duncan and Wallace. And a foul here on Rasheed.
Right there, Ben Wallace is taking Ori off the dribble. Duncan comes from the other side. Now, right here, this is just a strong move. You see, they're going to be consistent now. They're not going to let you grab, so you must adjust.
6 on the shot clock. Barry gets stripped on his way into the lane. That's already 14 fouls now against Detroit. And that one's on Billups. And that's his second foul. And now Lindsey Hunter's going to have to come into the game. So you've got two key guys who have to take a seat early in the game. Ginobili on one side, Billups on the other.
All right, there are two people who can get you 20-plus points. So naturally, you must make quick adjustments.
4:20 left in the period. It's Duncan. 5 on the shot clock. Spins underneath, and it's swatted away by Ben Wallace again.
Big Ben is everywhere early. Great hands that time by Bowen. Bowen anticipated that pass into the post. Ben Wallace is extremely active. He's not only playing his man, he's covering anyone that's making a move down inside. He's going for the shot block and the defensive rebound.
One game for everything. 4:08 to play in the opening quarter. Detroit 12, San Antonio 12. The NBA Finals, Game 7 on ABC.
Sport is sport. A foul's a foul. And a bat's a bat, even if it's flat. 10 feet on the west side is 10 feet on the east side. Football is football, unless it's football. Now, a win's a win, a loss is a loss. But no matter what, you better come with it, because it's 90 feet to first, no matter where home is.
Wow. Seductively thin with a dazzling LCD, the Sony CyberShot T7 digital camera is bound to turn heads.
This is me.
Oh, I'm right next door.
Oh, well, good night.
Another great innovation from Sony CyberShot cameras. Digital from day one.
Like no other, Sony.
Learn more about spiders at spdr.com.
The 265 horsepower Acura MDX with electronic four-wheel drive. Because you never know what nature might throw at you.
From Disney.
Let's see what makes you tick.
See the movie critics are calling the perfect family comedy.
Herbie is a car.
Ow! It's hilarious. And this year's best family film by a mile. Herbie Fully Loaded. Rated G. Now playing.
Tuesday.
Caesar is dead.
The ultimate assassination.
He named you his heir.
Teach him how to rule. The ultimate promise. The ultimate sacrifice.
I put my family in danger.
One man's destiny.
I swore an oath to Caesar to protect Octavius.
The summer's biggest television event.
You leave Rome a hunted boy. You'll return an emperor.
Empire premieres Tuesday at 9/8 Central only on ABC.
How have the home teams done in Game 7s over the last quarter century? 8-0 in baseball. In the Stanley Cup Finals in the 7th game, the home teams are 5-0. In the NBA Finals, 3-0. So no team at home in any of those sports has lost the deciding game since 1979. The We Are Family Pittsburgh Pirates went to Baltimore and clinched the World Series at Old Memorial Stadium. That's the last time.
My only comment is Detroit is very confident that they can be the first.
They absolutely are.
Look, they're out here tonight, and they're doing what they do best. Blocking shots, forcing turnovers, getting out on the break. But when you lose a player of Billups' character early, that is a major blow. Because not only does he run your team, but he has also made 11 threes. He's your primetime three-point shooter in this series.
And then with him on the bench, they start with a steal and then a foul. And over the limit now, so Robert Horry, who gets fouled, will go to the free throw line. McDyess has come into the game for Rasheed Wallace, and Nazir Mohammed comes in for Tim Duncan for San Antonio. Horry misses the first of two. Here's Michelle.
Al, you mentioned earlier how Tony Parker got benched really briefly early after he took 2 errant shots, and Popovich just wanted to talk to him and calm down his young point guard. In the last huddle, just moments ago, Popovich at the end of his speech looked at Tony Parker and said, "You all right?" Tony nodded yes, and Pop took his knuckles and sort of knocked on Tony's head as if to make sure everything was still okay in there. So for now, the point guard is back in, Al.
He's back in. He had that brief little sojourn on the bench, and Popovich needed about 15 seconds to settle him down and talk to him early. Horry makes 1 of 2. San Antonio has the lead.
Well, Parker is averaging right at 15 points in this series, and he's shooting 48%. So there's nothing wrong with that part of it all. It just comes down sometimes to shot selection with the percentage. Is it a good percentage shot?
Prince missed, and then Hamilton missed. 3.5 left in the opening period in the 7th game. Has a lane cut off here. You've got 6 on the clock. Goes in again. Muhammad juggles it. Picks it back up. Shot clock violation. Did he get the rim? He did.
He did.
Didn't matter. Detroit gets the ball anyway. And driving all the way is Hunter to blow the layup.
Wow, that was a strong move by Lindsay. He got himself caught underneath the rim. And he did not have a good angle on the release. That's why when you're in transition defense, you never say, that's a gimme, let him go. You keep challenging and force, try to put pressure on the shot.
Here's Horry.
Oh, but
yes, for 3.
Horry coming into this game was shooting 48% in threes. That was his 14th make in this series.
Since Popovich called that timeout, a 10-0 run. So he said the perfect things, and Hamilton stops that streak. Basket there, making it a 2-point game.
Horry. Every time that Robert Horry catches the ball at the top of the circle, and he has McDyess on him, in this series, if you notice, he takes him with a right dribble, and he takes him down wrong all the way to the basket. He never settles for a short jump shot.
Horry knows what it's like to play in a Game 7 of the NBA Finals. He played in the last one in '94 as a Rocket against the Knicks, winning 1 of his 5 rings, and it's out of bounds, and it will go to the Spurs.
To get an offensive rebound here today, you have got to want contact. And then you cannot cry about a non-call. You must play big here this evening.
Muhammad to the bench. Horry has San Antonio's last 6 points. Spurs up by 4, a minute and a half in the quarter remaining. Barry drives by Prince, and they're going to get an offensive foul.
Once again, Ben Wallace. As Brent Barry goes down, he's hurting right now. Let's just hope it's only a stinger. Ben Wallace, beautiful rotation, stepped right in, takes the charge. Just watch him recover here. See, he takes it right there. Now, Barry could have had a pass off to the right, because when Ben Wallace left his man, you never just want to stay in the same spot. Move and create a passing lane for Barry so that you get a dunk.
Barry was still grimacing a couple of seconds ago. Sucks it up, guards Prince. This is Lindsey Hunter. McDyess turns around and drops it in over Horry.
From that area, McDyess shoots a terrific percentage, whether he's facing or whether he is taking you with a fadeaway jump shot. That's his pet area.
Final minute of the quarter. Horry. Now Tayshaun Prince with 45 seconds. Hamilton comes off the curl. That time Bowen was right with him.
Yeah, he gambled. He shot the gap and he gambled.
Here's Hunter. Lindsey is short, but Detroit gets it.
Oh, bad pass.
and they throw it away. And it's Barry. And it's knocked away as Hamilton saves the basket. They couldn't save the ball, but he saves the basket on a fine play. And now with 22 seconds to play, San Antonio will have it.
Now, this is just a sensational play by Hamilton right there. Not only that, but how about this? Almost a great save.
2-second differential between the shot and game clock. You can take it almost all the way down.
In every game in this situation, you'll get a high screen somewhere at the top of the circle.
And there it is. And Parker tries to exploit it, and he can't. And Hamilton will throw one up just before the horn and not get it. Tight, tough defense prevailing. What else is new? The number 1 and 2 defensive teams in the league. And they're meeting in Game 7. And at the end of one, it's San Antonio 18. Detroit 16. One game for the championship. The NBA Finals on ABC.
There is no urge more powerful than hunger. It will devour you.
It's the bomb. 3, 2, 1, detonate, then boom. Give me some room. You better wait for the kid to blow up and take off like a rocket. Got something up my sleeve and something else in my pocket. Yeah, let me see you move out there. Throw your hands in the air like you just don't care. Cause we rollin' here, coming with a funk sound. And this ain't the government, so we won't shut down. First gear, make sure you got everything you need. Second gear, lean back as you pick up speed. Third gear, hit the highway, you're starting to roll.
Cash, credit, or debit, have it your way.
Man, what a blowout. Well, at least we beat the traffic.
And the Heat have tied it. What a comeback. Come on!
He who leaves before the bell tolls may not be there when the story unfolds.
Hey, Coach, what does that mean?
Never give up on your team.
Showing some loyalty. That's moving forward. Toyota, official partner of the NBA.
A lot of pillagers are out of work these days with so many people switching to Capital One. I'm helping these guys find new jobs. Soap for cleaning. Yeah. These guys aren't what I would call management material. Some aren't adjusting too well.
For low rates and great rewards, switch to Capital One.
What's in your wallet?
The worst thing you can do is give it room to breathe. Breathe. Breathe.
Back in San Antonio, Al Michaels with UB Brown, Michelle Tafoya, and Stuart Scott. A reminder, Empire, a new series premiering next Tuesday on ABC. The Spurs trying to create their own mini empire with a third championship in 7 years. And, of course, Detroit trying to win the title back-to-back.
The pace of the game has been up-tempo. Unfortunately, we are not getting great shooting. Right now, Detroit is shooting 38%. San Antonio 40. The advantage for San Antonio has been the bench production of Barry and Ori. They have 10 points to only 2 for McDyess and the Detroit bench.
Detroit inbounds to start the second quarter. Lindsey Hunter. Rasheed Wallace looking inside to Prince. Tayshaun missing, but gets it back. Hunter never shy to put it up. Underneath, Hamilton is there for the offensive board to tie the game.
Now, Detroit, they're getting good looks, Al. They're getting good looks from anywhere from 12 to 17 feet. They just have to relax and knock them down. And also the advantage of posting up Prince on Brent Barry. You must take advantage of that.
Crawford calls the foul here on McDyess just to reset the foul situation after 1 quarter of play. Chauncey Billups with 2 and Manu Ginobili still on the bench with 2.
Well, when you have 2 high flyers like Ginobili and Billups on the bench, naturally scoring is going to be down. That he was going to be able to block that shot. Nice move by Timmy, taking it right into the face of the defender.
Chauncey Billups has spent a lot of time on the bench with those 2 fouls. McDyess missing. Brent Barry, son of Rick. Ori off the bench with 8. Duncan a like figure. Tim on a fall away.
I like the defense by Antonio McDyess. He was not going to allow Duncan to bank that jump shot. He played him tight and jammed him and then forced him into an off-balance release.
Billups trying to lose Barry. Good tight defense. It comes outside. Now Ginobili is going to lay it in there for Duncan. Tim has to come back out.
We only have had 1 fast break score in this game, and that was by Detroit.
Duncan off the glass. Normally money in the bank for him, but not in this series. He's not been consistent with that shot.
Well, the tempo has been up and down, but they are not looking to push and then challenge in the 4-on-3 or 5-on-4 situation. They're settling to set up a half-court offense at both ends.
Foul call here, and it is the second on Antonio McDyess.
Right now, with Parker coming back in the game, they move Ginobili to the small forward position. You have Parker and Barry in the backcourt.
Hamilton will get a brief rest. Hunter back into the game for Larry Brown. 6.5 left in the half. Oh boy. And a foul here as Tim Duncan gets fouled. That foul is on Big Ben Wallace, and that is number 2 on Ben.
Now just keep an eye down inside. See, Ben has been able to get quite a few deflections once Duncan makes the catch, or as soon as he puts the ball down on the ground. The main thing right now is the game is being called very close, and you must pick your spots.
And then there's contact outside, and Ginobili,
and that was unfortunate,
gets fouled, and Wallace is slow in getting up.
Yeah, Rasheed Wallace was trying to make a move in covering ground. See, watch, he's going to step out here right now, but it gets right there with the left leg, trips Ginobili, and that's a stinger.
Rasheed's up, but that's 2 on him. He got into foul trouble the other night and ended the game with 5 fouls and was the star down the stretch for Detroit in Game 6.
Both teams basically are rotating 7 guys once we got into Game 6, and they're doing it again this evening.
Parker. Yeah, this is not, as Joey Crawford looks, and it's going to be called a jump ball. Crawford checking things out with Eddie Rush.
Well, in my opinion, I thought it was off Detroit. Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah, just keep it right.
Ginobili.
Yeah, at the last second. They're going to take it into the middle.
So it gets adjudicated as we come back to the center jump circle. Ben Wallace and Nazir Mohammed, the way the game started. And this time it's Detroit controlling the tip.
Yeah, Ben Wallace is quick on the tap. You must be ready. You've got to be ready to battle him because he wins almost all of the jump balls in the series.
Rasheed Wallace is guarded by Nazir Mohammed and draws the foul with 5:51 to play in the half. In the 7th game of the 2005 NBA Finals in San Antonio, it's the Pistons 25, the Spurs 25.
Look at him. He thinks this is his truck, but he's wrong. This is my truck. 8 years I've sat here. 130,000 miles of wind have passed through this nose. This truck is mine, but he does protect it.
Help extend the life of your engine with Castrol GTX High Mileage, specially formulated to protect against oil burn-off better than competitive leading oils.
Nice man. Nice man.
Help older cars feel young again with Castrol GTX High Mileage.
What do you get when a financial firm with 66,000 people in 50 countries takes the time to understand your needs like it's just the two of you? Could it be the most powerful two-person financial firm in the world? You and us. UBS.
A cool head.
Is there paper?
And a new copier. $2,500.
Dinosaur.
Dedication.
And a coffee maker. $69.
A sense of humor.
And a mop. $17. Having what it takes to run a business? Priceless. To see what the MasterCard business card can do for your business, visit our website.
No, something new. We've been there.
Okay, folks.
Why not make a smaller one?
Did you see the lights?
What lights?
Dad thought they were sparks.
Where'd you see them?
Landing in the water.
Invasion. Coming this fall, only on ABC.
ABC Sports exclusive coverage of the NBA Finals. Brought to you by Hummer. Check out the new H3. Hummer, like nothing else.
San Antonio River, back we come to the SBC Center, about a 15-minute drive from downtown. The game is tied. Greg Popovich trying to win his third title. Take a look at his resume. The age of 56. 2 NBA titles. Assistant to Larry Brown, and last year they only won the bronze, so not what they would call a thrilling memory, but now they have an opportunity here. They meet in Game 7, and the game is tied with 5:40 to go.
The game has been very choppy, Al, mainly because both teams are struggling shooting a decent percentage, and then also they're only getting one look at the basket. We are not seeing anything in transition, so we do not have a nice flow or a continuity to the offenses.
And tough, contested defense, which of course is nothing new, but it's pretty amazing when you think about it. On the 23rd of June, little push here, and that one with Ben Wallace looking. is going to be called on Rasheed Wallace. And for Rasheed Wallace, that's number 3. So now Rasheed Wallace in foul trouble, giving Rush an earful.
Yeah, well, right now he's questioning. He had Duncan fronted. He fronted him, and he fought him really hard. Now, as this pass comes over, here comes the double team. The double team with Ben Wallace. What they're saying is that he had a hard bump on Duncan, and that's why Duncan lost control.
So he has to sit. Tony Parker.
Once again, they challenge and they get a shot block. That is their 4th block in this game.
Neither team has scored for over the last 3 minutes. And finally, the minute you say it, of course, somebody does.
Well, Detroit is struggling in the one area. We question whether or not they can shoot a high percentage in 3. They made 8 in Game 6. They're 1 for 7 tonight. That must improve as we go along because they're getting good looks.
Duncan whips it out to Parker, and he passes up to 3, but Barry will launch and hit.
Barry and Ori already have 13 points between them off the bench. You must get to Brent Barry because 5 straight years he made over 100 threes and shot over 40%.
And McDyess, so valuable off the bench all year in the playoffs, in the finals.
That's right, Al. He had a great year from the field. Shot it over 50%. You just can't play him lazy. Another block.
Brown wanted goaltending. They don't get it, but they will get the foul here.
Now, Joey Crawford is up. Brent Barry is all over Joey Crawford, saying the ball was on the way down. Joey Crawford said that ball was on the way up.
And, of course, now a lot of concern here. Take a look. Ori is on the floor.
You can see that ball was still on the way up. Now, depends upon, now, naturally in this building, everybody's going to get upset. Now, you can see the swing of the hand caught him right across the face.
He's okay. The other night, I mean, it's just a phenomenal performance. He made that unbelievable dunk. The shoulder was killing him, and then, of course, a couple of minutes later, that launching 3 that sends the series back here with San Antonio winning Game 5.
Well, you can see that his right eye is smarting right now. Now, he has been a bear in the three-point shooting all throughout this series. Now, we know he's made 14 and shot over 48%. But what I like about it is he's taking the ball to the basket when the opportunity presents itself, whether he dunks with the left hand or going strong to the right side of the rim.
Ori now has 9 points in 12 minutes of action. Duncan will go to the bench. Ori is the only guy on either team who has been to the foul line tonight.
And with the game being called as close as it is, that's like a rare stat. Oh.
Very. A lot of crazy stuff in this series.
Yes.
McDyess saved it. Shot clock at 6, and you got Parker putting his hands on Billups, and that's the foul on Tony.
Yeah, they're not going to allow you to hand check. Never mind. If a guy is without the ball and he's moving on the baseline, any grabbing or bumping, foul. And then they are not going to let a strong hand check, especially in that situation.
Timeout, Detroit. Spurs by 1.
Smooth from the first taste. Refreshing every single time. The great taste of Bud Light. The summer is calling, and so are the friends. Bud Light. Great taste for your great times.
Chevy's proud to have the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road. And Suburban, ranked highest in initial quality. We've always broken the rules. Now we're rewriting them. Introducing for the first time ever, the Chevy employee discount for everyone. You pay what we pay, not a cent more. Get an 05 Silverado half-ton two-wheel drive WT for a Chevy employee discount price of around $14,150 after cash back. See your local Chevy dealer.
For a good.
If you can't stand the heat, stay out of the chicken. It's Wendy's Spicy Chicken Sandwich, a crispy whole breast filet that's a fireball of flavor. Do Wendy's. Do what tastes right.
Last year, when you bought a bag of Baby Ruth, you got a free game of bowling. Another bag? Another free game. Millions of free games were given away. And this year, we're doing it again. That's right. There are millions and millions more free games of bowling in the return of the Baby Ruth free bowling giveaway. Hurry in and pick up specially marked bags of fun size, 10 packs, and minis, and get your free game today.
I'm okay.
Baby Ruth from Nestle, the real deal.
Fantastic Four in theaters July 8th. NBA Finals on ABC. Fantastic.
Game 7, 16th time in the NBA Finals. San Antonio led by 2 after 1. They lead by 1 as we head toward the Verizon Wireless halftime report. Mike Tirico, Greg Anthony, and Bill Walton, your thoughts on San Antonio so far?
Tony Parker's out of control. Manu Ginobili, silly, careless fouls. The Spurs are bailing out in the basket area. Nazir Muhammad and Bruce Bowen are doing absolutely nothing. Thank goodness for Brent Berry and Robert Horry.
Well, what I see is from both teams, really, in a word, they're tight. Yeah. And I think that you're going to see as the game progresses, they're going to start to feel a little bit better. This is game 7. This is for all the marbles. This is what you should expect, a very close game, but both teams really not shooting well.
Horry and Barry have half the San Antonio points off their bench. Coming up at half, we're taking behind the scenes the Titans down to the 2005 final. Al, see you then.
Thank you very much, Mike. You know, Ubi, as we sit here, we have the best seat in the house, center court, right on the floor. One thing really strikes me. The intensity of a Game 7. And people can say, oh, these guys are making millions of dollars and all that. But they have played about 9 months going back to training camp.
Right.
And you can't tell me you don't get a little tired. And it takes a lot out of you. It's the 25th playoff game for Detroit on top of an 82-game regular season. And everybody is leaving it on the floor tonight. I know that's a cliche, but there's no other way to put it. Wallace, Ben Wallace.
Al, you're absolutely right. Detroit has played, this will be their 107th game of the year. San Antonio 106th. And you have to be at the top because it's for all of the marbles. And you know, what we're getting here right now is Detroit struggling, getting great looks for threes, but Ginobili and Parker only have 7 points between them.
10 points between them. Yes, they do. Mono for a 3.
You know he is not bashful. He is always looking for the 3. In this series, that was his 11th score. 3-point make.
4 out of 5 for the Spurs tonight. 1 out of 7 are the Pistons from three-point land. And Ben Wallace gets free inside to tie it at 33.
Yeah, I love that. Anytime Antonio gets it and throws a ball fake, they're going because they do not want him to hit another open jump shot. But he'll give it up in traffic.
Bowen from about 8 feet, and the Admiral salutes that one. His old ball club has the lead by 2.
Now, Billups pushed him into a very tough area. That was a difficult shot.
Whistle as the pass comes into McDyess.
Yeah, McDyess was working very hard to post up Muhammad on that possession. They were looking to go for him right down inside low.
And the foul is on Muhammad. That is his second. Duncan returns to the game.
Yeah, Duncan is on McDyess. Wallace is on Horry. Or Horry is on Ben Wallace. Duncan is on McDyess.
ticking down to 2 minutes.
Yeah, he wants to back down Parker here.
And then he lays it off underneath, and Big Ben is getting free for those jams.
When Chauncey Billups turns the corner on a screen and he gets down, the defense, you can count on it. It's going to rotate to him. But Chauncey will give it up to the big man who's open.
Ben Wallace, Defensive Player of the Year, has 12 points in the game to lead all scorers.
That's that same shot that Bowen had on the other side. He made it look easy, but that is a very difficult angle.
Hamilton. A little too strong. Loose call underneath.
Good call. Loose ball foul. They had that one out all the way over the top of Billups.
Kid Rockton from Detroit. Both teams now in the penalty. They'll go to the line for the rest of the half, which right now has 86 seconds remaining. The WNBA on ABC. This Sunday, the game is Lisa Leslie and the LA Sparks against the Detroit Shock. Let's check in with Stuart Scott.
Al, if you ever wonder what Chauncey Billups is doing at 3 o'clock in the morning on game nights, he's watching a replay on the game on ESPN. He says every game he watches the replay. I said, why? He said, I just got to see if there's anything else I could have done. He said, usually if they play a great game, he finds things that they could have done better. If they play a bad game, he says, I usually see that we didn't play as bad as I thought we did. I said, what does your wife think about it? He said, she understands. She usually wake up about 4 o'clock in the morning. She'll see me, roll her eyes, and just go back to bed. She knows me.
Now Parker drives to the basket. Why doesn't he get TiVo and get some sleep? Watch it at 8 in the morning.
Then maybe Parker will get going right now. That one opened up for him. He was too quick for Campbell down in the painted area.
Final minute of the opening half.
Nice.
Beautiful inside, and this time Hunter does get the bounce.
That was a beautiful pass by Elton Campbell and a great backdoor change of direction by Hunter.
And now you got another foul call here, and this one is on Lindsey Hunter, prone to picking up fouls, sometimes in bunches. That's a second on him.
Well, you would try not to foul, especially when you are out at least 35 to 40 feet from the basket. You're trying not to have the contact, mainly because you don't want to send a guy to the foul line at this juncture. You want them to try to shoot and make the basket because both teams are struggling with low shooting percentages at this juncture in the game.
You got Parker in the game and Larry Brown thinking about foul trouble. He has Ronald Dupree, who's barely played in postseason in the game. He also has Eldon Campbell in the game. Campbell has played sparingly. Campbell has not been in this series at all, but with 43.7, Larry does not want to risk that extra foul.
Right, he's trying to protect his front court guys and also Billups. He does not want to have Billups pick up his third here.
And Devin Brown has come in for Popovich for the first time of the game. That's Brown defensively on Prince. Kept back up, cleared by Barry.
Once again, Duncan with an intimidation there. He changed the direction of that shot.
And you have the shot clock and the game clock just about ticking down simultaneously. San Antonio can take it to the end, they take a timeout. 18.3 to the half. Detroit by 1.
Are the brake pads and shoes really guaranteed for as long as I own my car?
Yes.
What if I need additional work?
We'll explain it all before we do anything.
In a written estimate?
Yes.
Could you read that last answer back for me, please?
Yes.
Visit Midas and get brake pads or shoes for $39.95 plus installation. We'll provide a written estimate for installation and fully explain any additional work needed. For mechanics known for their work and their word,
Trust the Midas touch.
Next order of business after this for the NBA is the draft, and you'll see it. ESPN will have it Tuesday night, 7:30 Eastern Time. Mike Tirico heading the group for the NBA draft. So now you've got San Antonio a chance to take the lead and probably take it into halftime if they take the clock all the way down or close enough at .3, the differential shot and game clock.
We're in a situation where the home team feels, yeah, we're shooting 40%, but we're at home. We're getting great production from the bench. Things will get going in the second half. Ginobili and Parker will get it going. If you're Detroit, you're saying to yourself, hey, we are in great shape no matter what happens on this last possession. We're struggling 1 for 7 from the threes. We're shooting a low percentage, but we're getting the shot blocks, we're forcing turnovers, and we're getting good looks at the basket.
Another timeout is called. You know, at the risk of sounding like a shill, because we said it the other night, beauty, again, is in the eye of the beholder. This is not Phoenix against Dallas. It's rough, and it's tough, and it's a little like the NFL right now. But you've got two teams playing one game for the championship, and it may not have been a high-scoring first half, but a pretty fascinating one in its own right.
Well, you have the two top defensive teams that we have in the league. They are both in the top 3 in 5 of the toughest defensive categories. Plus, they anchor it with outstanding shot blocking at both ends. So they erase an awful lot of easy opportunities that most teams would get in a different setting.
Well put. Ginobili. Let the clock work its way down. Now to 7 seconds. Behind his back. And Manu puts it up, and it doesn't go. At the end, nearly a double dribble.
Well, he wanted a call. I thought that the defense was outstanding by Lindsey Hunter. And then also Hamilton came right in at the last second and forced a difficult shot. Watch it right here. Here comes Hamilton to help him out. As he steps through, he thought that he had an easier shot.
Over to Stuart Scott.
Thanks a lot, Al. Ben Wallace, Defensive Player of the Year, leading your team in scoring. What has surprised you most about this first half, Ben?
You know, it's tough. You know, nothing really surprising anybody right now. But it's just, you know, it's amazing how hard both teams are playing. Nobody want to give an inch.
How frustrating is it that you guys' shots aren't falling?
I'm not really frustrated. As long as we continue to stay in the game, as long as we give ourselves a chance to win the game, you know, we'll take it right here.
If you're Coach Larry Brown, what do you tell your team with 24 minutes left in this season?
Just stay solid. You know, do what you do. Do what you've been doing all season. Do what you did to get here.
All right, Ben, we appreciate it. Good luck in the second half.
Thanks,
Al. Thank you, Stuart. 1-point game. This is the 16th Game 7 in an NBA Finals, and it's the narrowest margin of those 16. A 1-point game in San Antonio. The world champion Detroit Pistons, 39, and the San Antonio Spurs, 38 at the half. After the break, Mike Tirico, Bill Walton, Greg Anthony, and the Verizon Wireless Halftime Report, the NBA Finals on ABC.
Chevy's proud to have the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road. And Suburban, ranked highest in initial quality. We've always broken the rules. Now we're rewriting them. Introducing for the first time ever, the Chevy employee discount for everyone. You pay what we pay, not a cent more. Get an 05 Silverado half-ton two-wheel drive WT for a Chevy employee discount price of around $14,150 after cash back. See your local Chevy dealer.
If there's one thing baseball fans can agree on, it's Major League Baseball on XM satellite radio. Every team, all season long. And now, for a limited time, buy an XM satellite radio and get a second radio free, so you can enjoy even more music, news, sports, and talk. XM satellite radio.
I just wanted to for a moment, and she feels better than ever, and we're on fire, making our way back from Mars. I'm 33 for a moment.
The road of life takes many turns. There are over 900 Chase credit cards to help you make the most of every one. Your choice, your Chase.
Thanks for being our fans.
Thank you for always being there.
Thank you for the smiles. Thanks, fans, for always motivating us.
I'm Ari Stoudemire for the Power Wham!
Thank you for your devotion.
Thank you for all the great memories.
Thank you for loving this game.
In the aftermath of a hurricane.
Dad!
Okay.
Verizon Wireless halftime report time. Game 7. Where will San Antonio be without Robert Horry? 10 points in the first half. The bench giving them 15 of the 38. Still the Detroit Pistons lead by 1. Mike Tirico, Bill Walton, Greg Anthony for 1.
Just remember, this guy is a point guard, and as a point guard, you need to be able to create in traffic for your teammates. He is to really do that in this entire series. When he attacks the paint and he gets there consistently, it's typically for himself and for his own offense. And when you are struggling in the half court to score, you have to come up with an ability to get in traffic and make plays for your teammates. He has not been able to do that, and you have to contrast that with what the Pistons have done, Bill. They've done a great job involving Ben Wallace.
And it's a wonderful sign for Detroit's chances if Ben Wallace is razor sharp with the ball in the offensive end. That has been the case. 12 big points, his own individual offense, plus running the floor. San Antonio is losing control of the paint because of the exquisite interior passing. The defense, though, of Ben Wallace, his ability to reject Tim Duncan time and time again. But San Antonio, they can't deny penetration. They're forced to double team. That's just given everything and anything that Detroit wants inside. They're losing control of the paint. The Spurs are a close game. That favors Detroit.
I felt like when Manu Ginobili and Chauncey Billups back-to-back picked up their second personal foul, the whole flow of the game just completely stopped. Horry picked it up for San Antonio. Antonio McDyess picked it up for Detroit.
Well, the Alabama X-Factors.
That's
both
right.
those guys stepped up and played extremely well for their teams. But once you saw Chauncey Billups come back into the game, contrasting him with Tony Parker, he has 5 assists, no turnovers, and he creates a lot of easy baskets. Those aren't assists for jump shots. They're for dunks and layups for his bigs.
Looking ahead, you need a fresh start. Get in the locker room. Take off your uniform. Get retaped. Put a fresh uniform on. Dry it out.
Take off your uniform?
Get a new uniform.
Did you guys do that in the Celtics?
Constantly. It'd be so hot, you're totally sweated out. Come in, wipe off, new tape, new uniform, be fresh, come out and attack.
How about just play better?
That would help. First one to 65 and this game wins. But the Detroit Pistons, even though they're better, they're mentally tougher, they're the better team, they better guard Robert Horry down the stretch of this game.
Detroit got really nothing out of Chauncey Billups. 4 points because of the foul trouble. Still, they're in this game. How do you look ahead?
Well, I think the trend is really favoring the Detroit Pistons because their energy's better. They've been more active. They're creating more turnovers. They only have 4 turnovers, and most of those came when Chauncey was out of the game. 7 turnovers for the San Antonio Spurs. I think that trend is starting to continue, and that favors Detroit.
Tons of touches for Tim Duncan early in the shot clock. Brent Barry in the lineup unless Tony Parker comes alive, and then Manu Ginobili's got to start thinking this game instead of reacting.
1-point lead for Detroit at the half. It's been a wonderful series. Lots of ups and downs. You thought San Antonio was in great shape. You thought Detroit was in great shape. Classic moments. We'll take you behind the scenes from this series when we come back.
It's just us against the world, man.
He just want a hug right now. That's what that is. Maybe not right now.
This halftime report presented by Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you.
Can you hear me now? Good.
Everyone, Verizon Wireless.
Second there, I thought he wanted us out of the water.
But the deal ends July 4th.
Hurry into a Verizon Wireless store to get a new Samsung A670 camera phone with flash for just $49.99 and get a second one free. Then start calling on the nation's most reliable wireless network. Good. Hurry, this offer ends July 4th. Verizon Wireless, we never stop working for you.
Hey, I came as soon as I heard about Muffin.
He was the sweetest cat ever.
I know. It's all right.
He's just so cute, isn't it?
Mocha.
No, baby, Muffin.
Muffin. Yeah, Muffin. The cat.
The tempting DQ Latte in mocha, cappuccino, French vanilla, and new caramel. Do one.
I'm proud to be part of the #1
car company on the planet.
I'm proud we have the #1 plant.
The #2 plant.
And the #3 plant in initial quality, according to J.D. Power and Associates.
We're so proud.
We want to share something we've never shared before.
For the first time in history,
Everyone in America
gets the GM employee discount.
It's a great price. You pay what we pay.
Not a cent more.
The GM employee discount.
For everyone.
The most infamous assassination of all time is just the beginning.
Caesar is dead.
And the future of an empire.
Caesar named you his heir.
Lies in the hands of a gladiator.
I vowed to protect you.
ABC presents the biggest television event of the summer.
Claim your destiny.
You'll never be Caesar! You leave Rome a hunted boy, but you'll return an emperor.
From the Oscar-winning producers of Chicago, Empire premieres Tuesday at 9/8 Central only on ABC.
This copyrighted telecast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
One-time U.S. Open champ Jim Furyk shot 65 at one of the great courses. Westchester Country Club, he leads by 3. The Barclays Classic, Vijay Singh 3 back. We'll have weekend coverage on ABC Sports. And in 3 weeks, we take you to the home of golf, St. Andrews, for golf's oldest and greatest championship, the Open Championship. Tiger looks to win his 2nd British Open. Jack Nicklaus's last major. A summertime tradition continues on ABC. Pistons lead by 1 here at the half. It has been a remarkable series. The first 4 games decided in blowouts by 15 or more. Had not happened before. The last 2 games, nobody's had a double-digit lead, and another tight one in Game 7. With help from our friends at NBA Entertainment, here's a look back at the first 6 games of the 05 Finals.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the excitement of the NBA Finals.
Ready to get it on, man. Ready to go out here and handle our business.
He stole my bar. See? No. He stole my bar.
Let's go get these rings!
Hey, fellas, have a good one. Best of luck. You don't need me to be here to tell you, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Stops and boards. They make jump shots, not layups.
Go, Spurs, go!
It's all mental right now, so I think we ready to go out and do what we got to do to get a win.
Right now. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. That's one hell of a team. If anybody's forgotten, they're the NBA champions.
And then when the guy drives the ball, we got to have 5 guys in the paint.
They won 2 games. They gave us an old-fashioned butt whooping at their house 2 times in a row. And then we're back home and we want to return the favor.
Where we from? Detroit! Where we from? Detroit! Let's play some basketball!
Let's get the job done as a team. Everybody step up and be ready to play.
You know, first half we gave 10 or 11 points. We just gave them another 5, 6, 7. I don't know. I can't count that high.
Our backs against the wall for some odd reason, for some crazy reason. We always play our best basketball.
We are set for Game 4.
I'm taking Lindsay out when we get the hand.
Lindsey Hunter getting a standing ovation.
Greg Popovich has perhaps waved the white towel.
2 down, 2 to go, man.
That was the lead. Who was it? Will Smith or what? Rob, when you're open, you got to let it fly.
For 3. Oh, unbelievable. This guy is off the charts.
You hear that? He just want a hug right now. That's what that is. Maybe right now. Maybe a little later.
It's just us against the world, man.
Hey, I didn't tell you I love you guys.
everybody getting ready to walk out the huddle, and it's like, and guys, something else I need to tell you. Well, it's like, yeah, you saved a lot of money by switching to Geico.
We built for this. Let's go get these rings! Hey, bring my champagne down here, too. Oh, yeah!
Game 7 of the NBA Finals, and here we go.
I don't see the same focus and energy on the board as last game. Let's play for each other. 1, 2, 3, defense!
Some memorable moments. Who will write the final line of this 7-chapter story? Half number 2 with Al, Hubie, Michelle, and Stewart coming up from San Antonio after this.
This halftime report presented by Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you. The second half is next after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Can you hear me now? Good.
Verizon Wireless is offering a 2-for-1 camera phone deal for only $49.99.
Second there, I thought he...
July 4th.
Hurry into a Verizon Wireless store to get a new Samsung A670 camera phone with flash for just $49.99 and get a second one free. Then start calling on the nation's most reliable wireless network. Good. Hurry, this offer ends July 4th. Verizon Wireless, we never stop working for you.
When you work with the greatest athletes in the world, you got some mighty big shoes to fill. Did I say mighty big?
What the? Stojakovic. What size is this? 47. That's what I have here, 47. Right there. Can't be right. My paperwork says 47.
Ej, momci, ja sam bila 47. To je 14 u Americi.
Oops. Ooh, okay.
Talk about a technical foul.
Woo!
What if everything we fear
There's something in there.
is real?
Okay, now you're freaking me out.
Night Stalker, this fall only on ABC.
Summer is heating up, and you can make it sizzle during the Gardner White 7 Days of Summer Sale, where for the first time ever, pay nothing until 2007. You can get the furniture you love in the styles and savings you want. Plus, Gardner White pays your sales tax, and there's no minimum purchase. Add in free next-day delivery and free setup, and making your home a summer retreat is a breeze.
But a deal this hot can't last, so get to Gardner White today and save.
Put a stop to pop-ups. SBC Yahoo Online Protection blocks viruses, pop-ups, and more. It's all together in one place. Included with SBC Yahoo DSL, now just $14.95 a month when you order online.
Chuck Daly joins me live for the post-game show after Game 7.
Time now for the McDonald's first half highlights.
Under pressure. Pressure.
Those were tonight's McDonald's first half highlights.
We start the third quarter in the 7th game. Detroit on top of San Antonio's 39-38. Closest ever Game 7 in an NBA Finals at halftime. Hubie? was going to say your thoughts. You always have a ton of thoughts, but what is uppermost in your mind at the end of the first half?
Starting guards for Detroit, 5 for 15. And at the other end, San Antonio, 5 for 13. They're struggling big time. But the high scorer in the first half, Ben Wallace.
Unbelievable. It's crazy.
That's exactly right. That's the kind of game it is, Al. Look at the 12-point, 6-7 field goal, 4 rebounds and a block. Duncan is doing his thing. Duncan has taken the most shot attempts for San Antonio, and he also has a shot block.
Go figure. Ben Wallace, 12 points. Rasheed Wallace, no rebounds. Let's go to Stewart.
Al, when I first saw Larry Brown tonight, he said he was nervous. At halftime, I said, "Are you still nervous?" He said, "No." He said, "Rasheed Wallace doesn't have a rebound. Chauncey Billups hit just 1 bucket, and we're in foul trouble, and we lead by 1. He said, "We're pretty fortunate." I said, "LB, what's the last thing that you said to your guys before leaving the locker room for the second half?" He said, "I told them training camp starts in 103 days, and half of you guys won't show up on time anyway, so you might as well lay it out all on the line right now." Now, for reporting the Spurs, let's go to Michelle Tafoya.
Well, Stu, Greg Popovich said a lot of the things he said before the game. Errors in the half-court defense are what's costing the Spurs right now. They double-teamed Eldon Campbell one time. He looked at me and you said, "Can you tell me why we would double-team Eldon Campbell?" Well, I couldn't, so that tells you something. Those errors he wants to fix. They allowed Chauncey Billups a couple drives, allowed Ben Wallace a couple of spectacular dunks. He said, "We've got to clean up those half-court defensive errors because Detroit just executes way too well. We got to do that. That could make the difference in the second half." Al?
Thank you, Michelle. Usually they probably double-teamed Eldon Campbell because they didn't know who he was.
Oh,
well, they know who he was. He hadn't played a single minute in the series.
Al, you make a good point. They're getting caught on the double team. Every time they go to help out, double team, the Detroit big men are finding Ben Wallace or McDyess, and they're scoring a lot of points.
Period begins with Detroit inbounding. That means San Antonio gets the first possession of the fourth quarter. Tonight, San Antonio has been hot from beyond the arc. Detroit, the other night, was hot. Here's Billups. Picked up those 2 quick fouls. And this a lot of time in the first half. Chauncey off the glass, missing here. Mohammed with a rebound.
Yeah, he was off balance on that release. Give Parker a lot of credit. Good, solid defense.
Who's in foul trouble? The only guy is Rasheed Wallace, who has 3. Duncan fights his way in. Scrambles and goes down and collects it, and he's a little slow.
Yeah, see, that's a good call. That's a loose ball foul. Now, unfortunately, Duncan is not moving.
Somebody landed on Tim Duncan. Foul will be on Billups, and Chauncey picks up a 3rd foul in the first couple of seconds of the
you can see,
yeah, there it is.
that's
right
unintentional. He was trying to avoid the collision. Unfortunately for him, he lands right there on the top of Duncan, and Duncan has the ball right under his chest. Now, we had an excellent defensive rotation by Detroit. Rasheed did a terrific job in intimidating Duncan on that release, point-blank range under the rim.
Parker has it knocked away, but Ginobili gets it back, and then Manu gets fouled, despite Ben Wallace saying it should be an offensive foul, and that's going to be Rasheed Wallace, and that's his 4th. So Billups has picked up his 3rd, and Wallace his 4th in the first minute of the 3rd period.
Yeah, this is unfortunate because once again they lose the loose ball situation, and San Antonio scored a layup in the first half. On this one, they're going to get 2 foul shot attempts. Now, Wallace right now, you can see it. That's big. Anytime that you have 4 fouls, you only have 2 points in this game and 0 rebounds. This is a team, we said, you won Game 6 because of the contribution of Prince and Wallace. 29 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 blocks.
Larry Brown's compelled to take him out here.
Absolutely.
McDyess comes into the game. Ginobili misses the 2nd free throw attempt, but we have an Eddie Rush call, and it might be lane violation. Was it a shooter's lane violation, Ginobili?
Yeah, I guess they're calling it on on the stepping in. On the stepping in, and it was debatable whether it was a Spur or Detroit. It looked like both guys were in at the same time.
Underneath, Wallace gets muscled. Ginobili quickly to Parker.
Now, in this game, San Antonio does not have a fast break basket. That is shocking.
One reason would be Detroit, the paucity of turnovers. They just don't turn the ball over very often.
That was beautiful rotation by McDyess. He came right into the area so that Ginobili could not get a good shot attempt.
And Hamilton has that one drop, and he gets fouled.
Now, if you're rooting for Detroit. You know that Hamilton and Phillips must get it going for you out on the perimeter. That will open up your inside game. This is a tough shot right there. Being challenged and hit.
Hamilton, 23 points the other night. He came up huge in Game 6. Three-point play here. Rip has 11. Ben Wallace is the leading scorer. On the floor are those guys for San Antonio. And on the bench is Ori, who is their leading scorer tonight with 10 points. Ginobili cross court. Bowen lays it into Mohammed. Parker will launch a three. Duncan is there. Duncan misses what would have been a jam. Here's Billups.
And McDyess wanted that one. They're going for the baseline screens.
Clinch pulls up, misses a 10-footer.
See, they ran. Clinch called for the down screen so that they would run two curls. But what he wanted to take Parker down inside the foul line and shoot over the top.
And you've got Duncan getting fouled here, and we saw a gyration by Ben Wallace, who can't believe the call. Rasheed looks on in disbelief from the bench, and that's three on him.
Yeah, you see what happens. Look how deep he's pinning him. See, any time that there's transition, the big men of San Antonio run right to the little circle. You're about 3 to 4 feet in front of the rim. And if they pin you on their back, all right, it's going to be a strong move. Detroit wanted an offensive foul on Duncan.
Duncan alone from 18. And Wallace went up too quickly for the rebound, and it's out of bounds to San Antonio.
In this game, you can talk about pressure, because we have had some really open looks, uncontested, and guys are just missing.
Duncan with McDyess on him since Wallace is out of the game.
Good hand.
Phillips nearly stole, knocks it away out of bounds, but San Antonio will get it with only 8 on the clock.
That's the value of the deflection. Even if you don't make the steal, deflect the ball with the clock. You're down inside 8 seconds now on the steady.
Duncan off the glass.
What a great play by Ben Wallace to knock that right to his man.
And a nice pass by him as well on the other end, and Popovich calls a timeout. Prince on the other end for the bucket. And Detroit with 3 guys in foul trouble and 1 in serious trouble, and Rasheed Wallace with a little spurt here. 8:45 remaining in the third quarter, and Detroit has stretched its advantage to 5 in Game 7.
I think it's time. I think we're ready for that. Hey, Mr. Willig. So, we're pretty happy.
Honey, Mr. Willig is your real father.
Oh, right on, Dad. Welcome aboard.
And Miller Lite has more taste than Bud Light.
What? No. No. No!
No!
Here you go, hon.
Thanks, babe.
Tired of waiting for your reward? Now that you can get thank you points with your Citi credit card and for banking at Citibank, you'll get cool stuff sooner.
Introducing brand new Blazing Buffalo boneless wings from KFC. Yep, boneless. Each made with 100% premium breast meat and glazed in our special new Blazing Buffalo sauce. Hurry in and get 6 for only $2.99 or 18 for $8.79. Also available in honey barbecue. No bones, all flavor at KFC.
You know the feeling. Every guy's had it. You're unbeatable, unstoppable. You got that walking on water feeling. You look, they smile. You win, they go home. It's the feeling you get every day with the world's best shave. M3 Power. Every move is smooth. Every word is cool. I never want to lose that feeling.
This land is your land. This land is mine.
Tomorrow, this land is their land. Land of the Dead. Rated R. Starts tomorrow.
Chevy's proud to be the #1 selling passenger car brand in America. We have 9 cars with at least 30 highway miles per gallon. We've always broken the rules. Now we're rewriting them. Introducing for the first time ever, the Chevy Employee Discount for everyone. You pay what we pay, not a cent more. Now get a 2005 Malibu sedan for a Chevy Employee Discount price of $15,950 after cash back. See your local Chevy dealer today.
For a good.
Game 7, 1970. Knicks center Willis Reed limps out of the locker room and scores the game's first 4 points. His inspired Knick teammates never look back, defeating the Los Angeles Lakers to win the title. The NBA Finals, where legends are born.
Commissioner Stern. Been a good week for David Stern. They worked out a collective bargaining agreement. There'll be no lockout. His league has a 7th game for the first time in 11 years.
I saw him before the game, and he said, you know, Yubi, after the draft, I'm taking myself a well-deserved vacation.
So are you, right?
Oh, good. This has been a great time.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Here's Ginobili. Gets doubled, loses the ball. Phillips starts back the other way. 4-5-5, trying to make it 7, and Chauncey Billups gets fouled here. Parker. Robert Horry's going to come into the game.
Right, from now to the end of this game, you have to watch your turnovers. Detroit only has 3 for the game. An interesting stat. The leading rebounders for Detroit, McDyess and Rip Hamilton with 6.
Unbelievable. And for Chauncey Billups at the line, Chauncey tonight only has 5 points, but he has 6 assists and has protected the ball. And this is Detroit's biggest lead of the game, 46-39, 8:20 left in the period.
San Antonio has not created any turnovers. Consequently, they have 0 points in the fast break game, which is a major part of their arsenal. And then Parker and Ginobili have got to get unglued here. They need the contribution.
3 on the clock.
Lost it.
Horry trying to tap it back in. That doesn't go. Here comes Billups. The other way for Detroit.
Detroit really running hard here in the open floor. They keep this up. They're going to open up some easy shots.
And McDyess works his way around Duncan to put it in. And it's a 9-point Piston advantage.
Well, you got to be impressed with McDyess tonight now. Off the bench, he's been terrific. He's got 8 points, 6 rebounds, and he's making things happen.
Spurs in 4.5 minutes are 0 for 7 from the field in this period. And they needed that. Parker.
Yeah, you hate to see your guard go down in that point. But Rip lost his balance and fell down. Opened Parker up. That's only the second time that Parker has scored below the paint. You know, when you coach the opposing team and you play Detroit, you really do not get a chance to appreciate Ben Wallace's passing. That he's really opened my eyes in this series. He has made terrific passes in transition. He's made soft catches and great passes coming on baseline moves, and it's just nice to see because he's always looking for the free man.
7 minutes in the period. Tayshaun Prince doesn't go. Now Duncan with a rebound.
Yeah, that's a tough shot. Mainly because I did not think that he had a clear look. He might have been a shade behind the board.
Bowen, they double him. Duncan free for the moment. They take care of him now. Ori on a turnaround off the glass doesn't go. Hamilton got the rebound.
Oh, look out.
From three-point land, he loves to shoot from the corners. He doesn't shoot from that angle that often, but he, like Ori, is deadly from outside the arc.
Bruce Bowen, that is his 13th three during this final set. Now, once Duncan saw that double team, that ball was going out to Bowen. We told you all night, Bowen will be open. His man is double teaming. Took advantage of that big time.
Spurs by 6.
You think you still got game? She thinks your game is bingo. Ouch. New Stop Lines Moisturizer with SPF 15 from L'Oreal gives skin a younger, healthier look by reducing wrinkles in a month. New Stop Lines Moisturizer by L'Oreal Men's Expert, because you're worth it, too.
Introducing brand new Blazing Buffalo boneless wings from KFC. Yep, boneless. Each made with 100% premium breast meat and glazed in our special new Blazing Buffalo sauce. Hurry in and get 6 for only $2.99 or 18 for $8.79. Also available in honey barbecue. No bones, all flavor at KFC.
Introducing the mid-size Nissan Frontier. Mid-size truck, full-size hardware, goodbye compact.
Hey, Mr. Randall.
I gotta get out of that back room.
Spending too much time on paperwork? Then get the Visa business card. And forget about checks and sorting charges from your personal card because all your expenses are detailed on one statement. Visa Business. Just about everything you need to run a better business.
Taste the cold.
Royal Oak bars are packed as fans watch every play of the game. We'll have reaction coming.
Plus, who will earn the right to sport the championship T-shirt? We've got live team coverage from Detroit to Texas on Action News right after the game. Spurs trying to win a third NBA championship in 7 seasons. There are the other two banners up there. Place is rocking after that three by Bowen. It's a 6-point lead, and it's the biggest lead in the game for San Antonio.
Well, with 6 minutes and 9 seconds to go, Chauncey Billups and Rick Hamilton are 6 for 22. And they have got to come to life. Because once they get going, if they would get going with the 17 to 22-foot game and then off the dribble, it will open up the front line.
Billups has only 1 field goal in the game.
That's a big stat.
And a steal. Ori knocked it away.
Well, we said with now 4 to 5 minutes in that third quarter, We have finally seen the San Antonio defense come to life that we witnessed in games 1 and 2.
Duncan trying to lay it off for Horry. Good defense underneath. Steal by Detroit.
Got to run a staggered screen here. Our curl. He wants to go into Rasheed Wallace, cut through, or take Barry in the one-on-one.
Rasheed over Duncan.
Needed that. Wow. That was a big basket for Detroit.
Very.
Rasheed has come in here right now looking to score. And he's running a nice thing right now. He's 4 for 7.
Duncan. McDyess is on him. Hamilton came over to help. That freed Parker, and he's still short, but Horry is there underneath. Big board.
Mr. Intangible. Right, I'm saying, he's alive, always on those rebounds or the short shot. They'll continue to give Parker that shot. You know, he's really struggled throughout this game on this perimeter shooting. He's now 3 for 11, and the shot has not gone down.
Turned it over here. Timeout is called with 4:37 remaining in the fourth quarter. Going down to the finish. Maybe a fabulous finish from San Antonio. 67-63 Spurs.
There is no urge more powerful than hunger. It will devour you.
This summer, discover the story of Tarzan you never knew. Tarzan 2, now on Disney DVD.
I think it's time. I think we're ready for that. Hey, Mr. Willig. So, we're pretty happy.
Honey, Mr. Willig is your real father.
Oh, right on, Dad. Welcome aboard.
And Miller Lite has more taste than Bud Light.
What? No. No! No! No!
Learn more about spiders at spdr.com.
The new BMW 3 Series.
The worst thing you can do is give it room to breathe. Breathe. Breathe.
Why do you want to be president? The answer is that you want the power to control the universe.
That's not me.
Well, that's the problem.
Gina Davis is Commander-in-Chief, coming this fall only on ABC.
Showed you that the other night in Detroit's locker room. They said San Antonio's parade is scheduled for Thursday. Then they said tonight it's rescheduled for Saturday. One of those little things. Who in the world, Yubi? Who even knows if it's true?
That's exactly right.
Yeah, William Davidson, the Pistons managing partner, who watched his Pistons win the championship last year. He also owns the Tampa Bay Lightning hockey team, and they won the Stanley Cup last year. And now he's trying to hit the trifecta with another championship.
One of the truly great owners that we have in the league. They have an outstanding organization. Joe Dumars is doing a terrific job in basketball management and filling all the holes with excellent talent.
With 3 on the shot clock, Duncan misses off the glass, and Rasheed Wallace leaves it for Chauncey Billups. In this quarter, Rasheed has done all of the scoring. Spurs have outscored the Pistons 10-6 in the period.
Now that was a terrific double team by Ginobili. as Prince left the area. He vacated the low box and went away. Ginobili came right back and double-teamed Billups so that he would not be able to take his man one-on-one. Now we have Bowen on Billups. Parker is guarding Hamilton.
Inside, McDyess, turnaround short, Ori off the glass.
That was a beautiful pass by Rasheed. And Tony McDyess had a great look.
Under 4 left.
Duncan accepted that double team and knew exactly where he was going. When that happens in a game against great defenses, you must be ready to catch and shoot immediately. And Ginobili knocks in another 3.
Biggest lead of the game for San Antonio.
Now this is just good basketball savvy. Ginobili takes the double team, kick to Duncan, and now take the double team and then make that diagonal pass. Once again, Ginobili, that is his 12th 3 throughout this series.
San Antonio 72, Detroit 65.
Trade in your breakfast. Trade in your boring breakfast for a Dan and Frusion smoothie.
I have a corn muffin.
One dry corn muffin pulling straight from the blended taste of a Dan and Frusion. Trade in your breakfast. A raw corn bagel? Of course I'll take it. Where you running off to, man? Real fruit and yogurt. Perfectly blended into the ultimate smoothie. That's Dan and Frusion.
That's a smoothie.
It's good, huh? Yeah.
I'll take a dozen.
Woo. Dan and Frusion, the real smoothie in a bottle. Trade in your breakfast for this Dan and Frusion smoothie.
The new 5 Series sports wagon with all-wheel drive. Also available in the 5 Series sedan.
Thanks for being our fans.
Thank you for always being there.
Thank you for the smiles. Thanks, fans, for always motivating us.
I'm Maurice Stoudemire for the Power Win.
Thank you for your devotion.
Thank you for all the great memories.
Thank you for loving this game.
San Antonio by 7. We were tied at the end of 3. Duncan coming up very big.
This is Tim Duncan at his best. Just watch the diagonal pass to the right side of the floor. Okay, right there, you're going to Bruce Bowen, who is shooting a high 40% in threes. Now, as Lindsey Hunter goes down in there, they kick right back out, and then you have Ginobili on the catch and shoot. Now, this is a big factor in this game tonight. That is the 7th three-point make for San Antonio, and Detroit only has made 1 3, a difference of 6 points.
And in total contrast to Game 6.
Pick up those extra points.
Now you've got Rasheed Wallace. Listen, Ginobili is there. Wallace was right on, but short.
This is where San Antonio does an excellent job. They run the clock well once they get inside of 3 minutes. They just do not rush the situation.
2:20 left, and a reach-in foul here on Ben Wallace.
Well, Detroit, that is their first foul.
First foul of the quarter.
First foul, right. But we're approaching the 2-minute mark here.
Pistons have only 8 points in the period.
That's right. Only 26 for the half, Al. And they're going to look at that and shake their heads because they have not been able to score. But then again, the San Antonio defense has actually stepped up big time.
Here's Duncan. Comes up short. Big rebound for Ben Wallace. Ticking down to 2 minutes. Chauncey Billups is going to drive, and he is going to get fouled, and then he stumbles at the end of the play and goes down hard. Stumbled over Bowen. That is a foul, which is number 5 now on Bowen. Number 5 on Bruce Bowen.
Now, if you get the 2 foul shots here, you're in a 5-point game. Plenty of time. You have 2 minutes and 2 seconds.
And they'll shoot fouls the rest of the way. That's the 14th foul.
That's right.
You got Billups at the line. Billups is 6 out of 6.
Main thing right now, Detroit must really sharpen up their defense. They're bringing Lindsey Hunter in right now, and he's going to be on Ginobili.
Clinch down. 2:02 to play. Billups with 11 points. Detroit's leading scorers are Hamilton and Ben Wallace with 12 each, and he misses the second. 6-point game.
Like we said before, San Antonio, just take your time, good ball movement, run the clock, make sure you get high percentage shots.
They use the clock, dunked it off the glass, missing Ben Wallace again to clear it.
Now, Larry Brown, you know you're getting what you want. 1 shot attempt. You got the rebound, but you got to make it happen.
Big possession here for Detroit, and Hamilton goes through the lane, and they're going to call it on Detroit.
Offensive foul. Rick Hamilton had no place to go. He got hit right in the thigh. Keep an eye on it. So he's going to run right in there. Once again, the intangible man.
Horry.
Robert Horry does all of the little things. Gets the loose balls, gets offensive boards, but he takes charges, and he then naturally, the bottom line is he makes big 3-point saves.
Barry comes in. Bowen will go out. Horry is 91 seconds away from a 6th ring. And he takes a timeout here. 1:31 remaining in the 4th quarter. San Antonio 72-66. We said it, and we've been saying it through the series, and we said it at the top of the game. If Tim Duncan doesn't play great, everybody thinks, not everybody, a lot of people think he's playing lousy. An average game for him is a game that's kind of quiet. You don't even notice it. And as we said at the top of the game, if they win the game, he's probably the MVP of the series.
Well, he's not only with the 20-plus points, but the 11 rebounds. He made his foul shots tonight, Al, and that gave him a lot of confidence. He's picking out the good perimeter 3-point shooters on the double team, so you can never underestimate the value of his assists when they hit those threes. Now, the big thing right now for San Antonio is you got to run clock, and then when you make your moves, go to your prime-time guy. He's been on fire making solid decisions.
And whatever happens, if San Antonio wins, just a tip of the cap to Ben Wallace, who has just been terrific.
Absolutely.
During the finals.
Yeah. I want to bring out a point. In the 3 games that Detroit won, at home, they won 2. They shot 46 and 47%. They came in here in Game 6 and shot 47%. That's why we said at the top of the show, can they duplicate shooting that high percentage and then making threes? Well, as we sit right now, they're shooting 41% from the floor, and they're still 1 for 9 in threes. They've been not able to make the shots tonight, Game 7.
There's a situation with timeouts. Detroit has a foul to give. San Antonio doesn't. Brent Barry will inbound in the front court.
There's still plenty of time here for Detroit, but they've got to get stops. Oh, there
what a steal, and it's Ben Wallace again.
Right.
Coming over to the sideline. He is everywhere. Another huge possession, and Billups with a pull-up to drop it in to make it a 4-point game.
There you go now. Now it's your defense. Just use clock management is the key. For San Antonio, it must be high percentage shots, strong drives to the basket. Detroit holding the 1-shot attempt.
Duncan gets it inside. Rasheed Wallace is there. Rasheed Wallace backs it out of his hand. but got his arm as well and commits the foul, and that's going to be 5.
Well, they've been getting away throughout this series by trying to strip the ball on Duncan every time he makes that move. Just watch. See, they don't go for the block. They go for the strip right there. Now, the pressure's on Duncan to go to the line now and make the foul shots. Tonight, he's 4 for 4. In games 5 and 6, he was 9 for 21. He's answered the bell here tonight.
In one night. Followed that up with 3 for 12. Tonight, 5 for 5 in the ultimate crunch time game. One of 2. Ben Wallace gets the rebound, and Larry Brown calls an immediate timeout. 62 seconds. Okay, Detroit strategy. What do you think at this point?
The big thing right now is you want to get to the high percentage shots for your best guys. You prefer, if you can get off the dribble, get into the paint, make a strong move, either on a pass or a dribble. That way, if the shot does not go down, you get fouled. Now, we know that they are starving in three-point land. They don't need a 3. All they have to do is use clock management now and get high percentage looks. When you say that you're in a 5-point game, you know, the clock is in your favor, but you must answer defensively by holding San Antonio to 1 shot attempt. If you can force a turnover, great. If not, hold them to 1 shot attempt.
Through the playoffs this year, in the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter, that's pretty good. The Spurs opponents have not made a three-pointer, and San Antonio defends the 3 phenomenally well. They have all year long. Their opponents took by far the fewest three-point shots this year, and one of the reasons is, I mean, San Antonio puts an emphasis on defending the three-point shot.
Well, they're one of the quickest that we have in the league, Al, in foot speed, in closing you out on the perimeter. They run drills for that. Then they force you to put the ball on the floor because they are an excellent frontline rotation team with shot blocking.
Tayshaun Prince will inbound.
Now, both teams are in the penalty right now. You're shooting the penalty. Detroit only has a 20-second time left.
Chauncey Billups, and he has it blocked way outside by Bowen.
Now, that was an incredible defensive play.
Bowen charging, making the block. Under 40 to play. Ginobili. And that's going to make it a 3-possession game. Into the corner. Wallace bangs it home. Rasheed Wallace, 75-71 with 22.7. And you have to foul whoever gets it on the inbound play, and it happens to be Ginobili.
Well, San Antonio is happy. The right guy is going to the foul line for you. Keep an eye on Bowen. See, he times this perfectly. He has a major height advantage on Billups. And at this end, the alley opened up, and this is the wrong guy, because when Ginobili sees that, he's going. It's a big-time pressure shot by Rasheed. Now, going to the line, this is your only player throughout the season on your starting lineup that shot over 80% on the line. The other 4 guys were all in the 60s or lower.
Manu Ginobili makes the first. And the Spurs 22.1 seconds away from turning the Riverwalk into Margaritaville. Not that it wouldn't be anyway, but you get the idea. 6-point lead. Larry Brown takes his final timeout. And Larry Brown, and you can only hope, for those of us who know him, and he's been around for so long, that there are a lot of people who love him, that everything comes up real clean with him, and that he can go back and do what he loves. and has been his life, and that's to coach.
33 years, Al. 29 years of winning records. That is unheard of at this level. That's a very difficult thing to do. He's coached at the college level, at UCLA and Kansas. He's coached 2 teams in the old ABA, Carolina Cougars, and then Denver, and then he's coached in the NBA. He is one of the truly great teachers in the history of basketball.
6-point San Antonio lead. Detroit cannot stop the clock on a timeout. No fouls to give. Rasheed Wallace in and out. Loose ball out of bounds. The officials check with each other. Spurs will get it.
Yeah, Detroit's all upset. They honestly thought it was off of San Antonio. Now, from our angle, you could not tell. Main thing right now, San Antonio will try to put out there their best ball handlers and also their height, the guys that they think will make the foul shot.
And Popovich takes a timeout. 18 seconds.
Now, when they're challenging right now, they honestly thought that they had that possession. They would have had the ball with 18 seconds to go. Now, when Rasheed Wallace shoots this, it's an almost, that ball goes right off of the foot of Ben Wallace. So the referees are correct. Excellent call.
18 ticks.
Well, we said that San Antonio must get back to their defense that they put out in games 1 and 2. Well, with 6 minutes to go in that third quarter, we saw that old San Antonio tenacity come back. Because from that point on and out through this fourth quarter, Detroit has struggled to get a good look at a shot, whether it was a jump shot or a drive to the basket.
They won it in '99. That was a shortened year because of the lockout. They won it 2 years ago against New Jersey. Not trying to do it again. (77-71). One benefit of that timeout. You inbound the ball in front court, and Duncan to send it in.
Detroit's got to go for the steal, and then they'll probably go for a quick foul. And then force the guy to make the foul shot.
And there's Ori, and they have to foul him, and Ben Wallace comes out to wrap him up and send it to the free throw line. So a series that started out with a rout in each game winds up with a classic Game 5, a great Game 6, and a hard-fought, tightly contested two-possession game at the moment. At the end, Ori has 13 points, 3 out of 4 from the free throw line. 74% career free throw shooter.
Well, Ori and Barry have really been outstanding off the bench. They made 3 threes between them, and now it's a total of 19 points, with Robert being the main man. But Ginobili has 21 points here, very quietly, Al, with the 5 rebounds and the 4 assists. He's done an excellent job, especially in the second half, to back up Duncan's production.
And Ori has 15 points, and then Hamilton will go in and get fouled, so they give him a chance for a 3-point play of all things there.
Now that's a bad foul. Popovich is shaking his head. What are we doing? You make this foul shot right now, you're back down into a 5-point ball game. Big thing now, get out. Do not assume that there'll be any kind of a timeout. San Antonio has 1 20-second timeout left. So what you do, if you make this now, you line up, you go for the steal, you do not get the steal, you foul immediately, and hope that only 1 second goes off the clock.
That was the fourth foul on Parker. Those were Hamilton's first points of the period. The ball is thrown all the way down court, and Ginobili will pass up what would have been a layup to run out some of the clock with 7 seconds.
Now that was a heady play by Ginobili. Ginobili had his man face guarding him, and he made a move to the ball towards the baseline, stopped, and went long. Excellent pass.
And then the presence of mind to run around a little bit, take a couple of more seconds off. He knows he's going to go to the free throw line. He's a good free throw shooter. And this would be the total dagger here.
And we send it back to Al Michaels.
Thank you, Mike Tirico, Tim Duncan. A trophy in each hand. The O'Brien in one, the MVP in the other. 3 times that's happened now. 1999, 2003, 2005. The San Antonio Spurs, the champions of the NBA. 2 of the last 3. Detroit the other. The last 2 champions meeting and fittingly go to a 7th game. The first 7th game of the NBA Finals in 11 years. And tight it was just about all the way, with the Spurs pulling away at the end, limiting Detroit to 35 points in the second half. Home court prevails again. You know, UB, a lot of things obviously you can think about and put your finger on and all that. But a couple of years ago, San Antonio wins, and everybody says, well, they're a team. Right. No individual bigger than the other. Detroit wins last year, beat the Lakers. You know, it's that old thing about work ethic and all that. And you get it again this year. So your last 3 champions fit that mold.
Well, you just love it because you have 2 class organizations in this final. They are run with nothing but the best professionalism from top to bottom. By that we mean management, coaching staff, the players, and then the star players. Everyone just fits in like a glove. Everything is about teamwork. Everything is about unselfishness. And you just love to see it. Unfortunately, tonight, Detroit just came up short. They just shot a poor percentage. And then at the other end, Ginobili and Duncan stepping up and playing a magnificent second half under pressure.
And David Stern acknowledging Detroit right off the bat, and you have to, playing with tremendous heart, beating Miami after being down 3-2, coming back into this series after they were down 2-0. Let's go over to Michelle Tafoya.
All right, guys, I'm with Tony Parker, who's holding the trophy. How did you get a hold of this?
Man, I always like the trophy. I want to kiss it. I'm happy it's back in San Antonio.
How do you say NBA champions in French?
Champion NBA.
What's going through your mind, Tony? Third quarter, you guys really start to turn it around defensively and with the rebounding. Pop sort of said, if you guys defend and get the glass, you can run the offense on your own.
Exactly. That's why we try to focus all night, try to play defense and stick with it. That's how we at our best. You know, we make stops and then we can get some easy points in transition. And even when they got that lead in the third quarter, we keep playing defense, and it helped us great tonight.
You know, Tim Duncan said a lot of MVPs on this team. He named about 4 of you. But what about Tim Duncan's play tonight? How changed was he?
Tim came out huge today. He was very focused this morning, and he came out and he played like an MVP. He carried us in the third quarter when we were struggling, and he made his free throws tonight. That was huge.
When you compare this to the last championship you guys won, how does it compare? Is it fair to compare them?
It's hard to compare because it is so different. You know, the first time it's all new for us. You know, I was coming from France, Manu from Argentina, and we win. And now we knew all the pressure we had, and to do it again is just unbelievable. It's like the confirmation. It's great.
Confirmation, you rose to the pressure. Congratulations.
Bonjour à toute la France, les gars.
In any language, thank you, Michelle. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions. 81-74, 74 points, the lowest ever in a Game 7 in the finals in the shot clock era. Back we come to San Antonio after this.
and protection that go for 5,000, 7,500, or 15,000 miles. High-endurance oils for mobile. 3 formulations that protect critical engine parts for 5,000, 7,500, or 15,000 miles. Guaranteed. High-endurance oils for mobile. The oil that's changing oil. Now, when you buy a case of Mobile High-Endurance Oils, you can get a free set of collectible die-cast race cars. For details, visit mobileoil.com.
I used to start each day feeling inadequate, powerless, but I didn't know why. Achieving my goals and aspirations just seemed impossible. Then one day, I discovered the 245 horsepower Toyota Tacoma. Now I start my days invigorated. In fact, I'm living the dream.
The 2005 Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Toyota Trucks, moving forward.
Back here in San Antonio, incrementally it's gotten tougher. They beat the Knicks in 5. In 2003, the Nets in 6. And tonight, in 7, the decisive game, the San Antonio Spurs. Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, as the commissioner said, the most international collection of players the NBA has. Robert Horry, his 6th trophy. 3rd time that this team is the NBA champions. A reminder coming up for most of you, your late local news, followed by Nightline and Jimmy Kimmel Live here in San Antonio. KSAT Channel 12 will have full coverage of the celebration. And if you want to continue our coverage, we'll be over on ESPN Sports Center in a couple of minutes. Final thoughts. We'll go you first, Greg.
Well, for me, you know, the beauty of the playoffs in a 7-game series is there is no ifs. And the best team always wins. And the San Antonio Spurs were the best team. Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, and Robert Horry led them as they had to. They put on a truly spectacular performance in that second half.
How appropriate in the city of last stands and lost causes. San Antonio, against all odds, with everything going against them, they come back. The appreciation of just how hard this really is. You can see the happiness just overflowing the way they all embraced. But you know you've really got a game when you come out and you beat a team that's bigger and stronger and tougher and rougher than you did. But go to Tim Duncan, who changed everything. Manu Ginobili, the most remarkably creative player, joins Pippen, Russell, and Jordan, Olympics and the NBA Finals. Brent Barry, I've known him since he was a baby. The guy just so happy now with his dad, with his mom. And then Robert Horry, just the king. He did it all. This is so special. This will change their lives forever. Nothing left to do but smile, smile, smile.
Mel Counts is the other one, the 5 men who've won Olympic gold and then come back with an NBA. I had to correct you one last time. Thank you, guys. Wonderful season. And our colleague Steve Snapper-Jones with Cooper Reagan back in Oregon. And for the women and men of ESPN ABC have been a part of this great season. Thanks to everyone. One final time, back to Al Michaels. Al?
Thank you very much, Mike. And we're going to go right now to Stuart Scott, who's with Larry Brown.
Coach Brown, you guys were trying to win a championship in a way no team ever had. You came up just short. What happened tonight?
Well, they played great. You know, you got to give them credit. They made shots. You know, Horry, Ginobili, they did a great job. Pop had them really ready to play. And I thought Duncan was spectacular as well. And, you know, better team won. You know, that was... We got it to 7 games, and we had a chance, got a lead, and kind of got a little careless, got the crowd back into the game, and then they made plays, and that's what, you know, we did in the games we won, and that's what they did in the games they won.
Before this series started, you said that your kids even told you, because you were playing Greg Popovich, your kids said it's a win-win. What did you say to him when you saw him after the game?
Oh, he was busy thanking me, but I just told him how proud.
And it's just, it was, the whole game was just about kind of perseverance, just kind of sticking to it, kind of keep it going. Things not going well, don't really care, just kind of keep on going.
Next question in the back. John Hollinger, ESPN.com. Your defense seems substantially better tonight, especially in the second half. The Spurs defense, that is, not you personally.
I did all right, too.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that. What do you attribute that to, though? I mean, was there anything you guys were doing differently, or was it just a better effort?
I just hate to be repetitive and continue to say perseverance. We just stuck with it. We just kept on pushing. We just kept on fighting. We didn't do anything special that we hadn't done in the first 6 games. We stuck to it. We believed in what we were doing, and we believed that if we did it the right way, we could get it done. And a lot of credit to our guards who continually ran off screens and got hit left and right, and continued to fight over screens and get back in front of people. And I thought we contested shots so much better than we did in the last 3 and 4 games. Perseverance. I'm going to end there. Thank you.
Over here. Jay Adonde, LA Times. Tim, can you describe the role Greg Popovich had in all this, and specifically tonight?
He's, to use one of his quotes, he's the headed snake. He's the one that makes us go. He prepares us so well for games. He's great at getting on you and praising you when it's time and calling you a piece of whatever at times, and he balances it so well. He, I don't know what to say about him. He really is, in not taking anything away from Larry Brown, he really is the best in the league, I believe.
Tim Duncan, the most valuable player of the series, 3rd championship in 7 years for the Spurs. Let's go to our studios and Chuck Daly, the former Piston coach, who always joins us with his insight and analysis. Duncan, the difference tonight, his domination in the second half, Chuck?
I would say so. Also, we've talked about it extensively. 7th games are incredibly difficult. If this game had been played in Detroit, I think the Pistons would have won. I think that's how close these teams are. But tonight, he was the force in the middle. Didn't play a great game statistically, but did what he had to do.
Chauncey had 8 shots tonight in the crucial Game 7. That is an incredibly low number and something that you obviously were not looking for from him. He was in some foul trouble early and sat for a while. He and Rip struggled, but only 8 shots for Chauncey. That's very unusual.
Well, first of all, you credit their defense, number one. They really worked. Secondly, this game was officiated differently for both teams than any other in these 7 games. Called very, very closely, and so people were out of rhythm. He got 2 early fouls, was out of the game, had a hard time ever getting back into it, as did some other players, on both sides, I might add. The officiating was very fair, as was shown on replays.
Fair, but isn't it unusual? I mean, very tight. I mean, key players for both teams. Ginobili sitting on the bench, Chauncey sitting on the bench, Rasheed sitting on the bench. People want to see these guys play. I mean, it seemed a little ticky-tacky, and nobody's going to use that as an excuse, though.
No, I don't think there's any excuses, and I don't want to put it that way, but it very definitely, in my mind, I wrote notes here very early in the game that they were calling it very close on both sides, and it was going to change the rhythm of the game, and definitely did. And I think overall it helped the Spurs. They were able to survive it. Duncan never got in foul trouble, and that was key.
All right, let me show everybody what it looks like from the air here in San Antonio. These people were on the streets in their cars even after they lost the other day, but they say there'll be 100,000 people downtown after this win. They've got streets blocked off, and it's going to be a huge celebration here in San Antonio. Not what we were hoping for on the Detroit side. We were hoping to see a big parade for us next week, but obviously that's not going to happen. And they are celebrating, and they deserve it after this 81-74 victory here tonight over the Pistons. For the moment, we will toss it back to the studio and come back as necessary as we get some interviews out of the Pistons locker room and other players head to the podium. I'm Don Shane. Back to you guys in the studio.
Well, at least they got that Game 6, though, and brought it to 7. I mean, you know, I'm sorry, but we still, you know, yes, we have to look for the positive.
We're looking for the positive. Fans all over Metro Detroit were looking for the positive tonight, gathering together cheer on their Pistons. Action News reporter Glenn Zimmerman is standing by live at Shane Park tonight, and I just don't even want to guess the mood there right now.
It was a sold-out crowd here, yes. People actually had to be turned away. Sad they lost, but the Pistons, they gave us a party. Shane Park shook and rocked from end to end. Smiles graced the crowd because everyone knew this was the biggest party in town, and everyone was invited, from the mayor to the youngest of Pistons fans. Have you ever seen anything like this before?
No.
And if you wanted to dance, have at it. But save that really only for the commercials, because during game time, those eyes were fixed dead on the monitor. Just how big was this crowd?
Well, the last time we saw it like this was last summer when we had Little Richard down here, and we literally had to pull him off the stage at about 12 o'clock. This is much bigger than that was.
Bigger than Little Richard? Need I say more? Now, I asked these folks whether or not they were going to be quiet because they lost, you know, it showed the sadness, or whether or not they wanted to cheer. They said no. The Pistons gave them so many laughs, so many smiles. They wanted to cheer. They wanted to show their love. Now, for those who could not come out tonight, what you can do is you can get your tickets redeemed tomorrow at 10 a.m. They could still come out for this part of the party, but inside they weren't able to come again. For those who were burned away, you can come out to Shane Park tomorrow at 10 a.m. Get your $5 ticket refunded. We are live here at Shane Park. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right, back here at the SBC Center, not too far from where I'm standing, Ben Wallace, the Pistons center, is meeting with the media. Let's join that press conference.
Showed a lot of guts, played with a lot of heart. And, when they needed to make plays, they did it, so they went out and earned it.
Standing on the side over here.
Ben, Bob Winowski, Detroit News. How tough was it to watch another team celebrate the championship that you guys have held for a year?
It's tough, man. And it's tough anytime you come this close to, winning a championship and, have it slip through your finger. It's going to be tough. But, this team, the rest of these guys in the locker room have, nothing to be ashamed of. Everybody came out, played hard, gave it their all. And, that's all we can ask.
Any other questions for Ben on the other side?
Ben, you're on Passport 5 Israel. Any thoughts about next year, maybe without Larry Brown on the bench?
No, we're going to, go ahead, get back to Detroit and, and wrap this thing up and, hopefully everybody go off and have a good summer and enjoy their summer, with their family or whatever. So, that's not something we want to think about right now. We just, take care of our bodies and you make sure everybody come back ready to play next year.
Looking forward to the next few weeks. How long do you think?
And we're back at the SBC Center. Before this game got going, we got handed some newspapers that we hoped we could show you after they won. As you can see, back to back on one side, and inside says repeat. Didn't happen for the Pistons tonight. It happened for San Antonio. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right, Don, there's a collector's item for you, though. You can hang it on the office wall. Wait for next year.
Well, certainly a disappointing night for our Pistons, but we're all proud of the home team for giving their all, and they certainly did.
And we're focusing on the positive. Let's take another look at a great play in the third quarter. Rip bringing the ball down court, toss to Ben, finds Tayshaun under the basket for the jam. We certainly wish we'd seen more of them.
Stay with us. We'll be right back with more Pistons postgame coverage just ahead right here on Action News. Don't go away.
Summer is heating up, and you can make it sizzle during the Gardner White 7 Days of Summer Sale, where for the first time ever, pay nothing until 2007. You can get the furniture you love in the styles and savings you want. Plus, Gardner White pays your sales tax, and there's no minimum purchase. Add in free next-day delivery and free setup, and making your home a summer retreat is a breeze.
But a deal this hot can't last, so get to Gardner White today and save.
Put a stop to pop-ups. SBC Yahoo Online Protection blocks viruses, pop-ups, and more. It's all together in one place. Included with SBC Yahoo DSL, now just $14.95 a month when you order online.
Yeah, I like to move it.
Everybody's moving it.
Come on. Time to robot.
To this summer's family delight. Have you seen Madagascar again?
Don't give me excuses. Give me results.
Madagascar. Rated PG. Now playing.
Every time you turn on a light, thousands of your friends and neighbors are right there, making sure they give you the level of service and dependability you've come to expect for over a century. For the power of your community, E equals DTE.
We're celebrating at LaFontaine Cadillac, and unbeatable prices are a piece of cake. We're giving GM employee pricing to everyone. That means deals like $12,000 off the MSRP of an 05 DeVille. This is a brand new limited edition Cadillac DeVille for only $38,252. We want the family deal. Any way you slice it, LaFontaine's 25th anniversary means big savings for you. So help us celebrate by getting a great family deal at LaFontaine Cadillac on M59 in Highland, or call us at 1-866-LaFontaine.
Wallside, Michigan's window leader, announces our incredible pre-holiday sale. Prices have never been lower. Get sliders from $229 installed. Double hung tilt-ins from $189 installed. Patio door walls from $699 installed.
We can do that. We are the factory.
And you pay nothing till July 2006. Wallside won't be undersold. Give us 15 minutes in your home and we'll prove it. Call now, 1-800-521-7800.
Miss Nightline? Miss this.
And tonight on Nightline, what happens when the private sector steps in to rescue a public high school? Failing great.
Welcome back to San Antonio. Big crowd outside the SBC Center, leaving here as champions of the NBA once again, and they get to celebrate tonight, and they will. Rip Hamilton, 15 points tonight, hounded by Bruce Bowen again. He's answering questions. Let's listen in.
And we did that by winning the last game and, going into the fourth quarter up by 1 point. We gave ourselves another opportunity, but, we just came up short.
Any questions? Rachel, last question.
You look forward to the next few weeks. How long do you think this is going to stay with you?
Who knows? Like I said, we play basketball to the last possible day that anybody can play basketball. So probably right now you just want to get away, get away from everything, rest your body, take time off, and, get ready for next year.
Thank you.
Pistons guard Rip Hamilton finishing up his press conference, and obviously they're dejected. They expected to win when they came into this game tonight. They didn't play their best game, and certainly the stars for the San Antonio Spurs came through. Ginobili played terrific in the second half, and so did Tim Duncan, who was voted the MVP. Tough night for Rip, tough night for Chauncey. Ben played well in the first half, tough night for Rashid. That just wasn't going to cut it on a night the Pistons needed to be their very best to set NBA history and win the last two games on the road and make it back-to-back NBA championships. We are still waiting for some locker room sound. As you might imagine, it was a while till we were allowed in there, but our guys did get inside, and we hope to have some of that for you as well in just a short period of time. Until then, I'm Don Shane in San Antonio. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right, Donnie.
We'll see you shortly, Don. Thanks.
Well, a sold-out crowd jammed the Palace to cheer on the Pistons tonight.
In fact, more people watching Game 7 on Palace Vision than people sitting actually courtside in San Antonio. Action News reporter Glenda Lewis continues our coverage live tonight from Auburn Hills. Glenda?
Oh, Stephen and Carolyn. Oh, it hurt so bad. It hurt so bad. It was tough to watch. And all we've seen are sulking faces pouring out of the Palace. That doesn't even come close to matching the electric feeling that was inside earlier today.
That's last year's trophy.
Under lock and key, last year's trophy rolled in. And oh, is this crowd ready for a repeat?
We're gonna forget! I'm not here! It's over!
Call it a sign.
Because I know they're gonna be the champion.
Pistons fans don't miss a beat. All 22,000 of them were glued to the Palace Vision screen, making noise as if the team was right there.
This is the fabulous Palace of Auburn Hills.
I'll leave it to this man to make it feel real. These are my new friends. This is Byron and this is Roger, and I know it was hard to watch. It was hard.
Yeah, it was a little hard to watch, but, we had a good time.
A sold-out crowd for an away game, you know, that doesn't happen a whole lot, but...
I mean, when it got close to the end, Roger, what were you thinking?
Well, we thought we had a chance there for a while. Me and Byron, we made up a little dance, back-to-back dance, and we thought we were going for it, and
You're trying.
we just, you know, the Spurs were too good for us today, so, you know, we got next year, though.
What can we pull off? Can we make up a next year dance? Maybe we'll just sway from side to side. How about that?
I'll work on it this summer, and next year we'll be back with new dances, and we'll take it home next year. Yeah, we'll make T-shirts, too.
Sounds good, fellas. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Live at the Palace of Auburn Hills. Back to you guys.
They can work on it, huh?
I wanted to see the dance that lost the game. And tell them don't do that again next year, whatever it was. Glenda, thanks.
But tonight, you know, you could hear the millions of fans of Metro Detroit rooting for the home team to bring home the championship.
Oh, they were rooting for shots like this one. Here's a look at one of the more memorable plays of the game in the second quarter. Tayshaun takes it down, takes his time, and nothing but net. Wow, we needed a few more of those. That put Detroit up by 3, but not enough.
We needed a lot more, though, didn't we? Stay with us. We'll be right back with more post-game coverage of the NBA playoffs just ahead right here on Action News.
Well, I've had a good experience online because I move around a lot. So I'm able to find a computer somewhere, sit down, I can communicate with my agent.
We're able to do so much online.
Even if it's late at night, folks love to go to rockfinancial.com because we've got articles, we've got calculators, we've got all of our featured options. You go to rockfinancial.com, you're going to find a lot of information.
That's very convenient to be able to go online and see exactly where the loan is, where you are in the process.
You can apply online at rockfinancial.com or you can call 800-333-ROCK.
Why should you be a Bell Tire customer? 1, out-the-door pricing. Mounting, balancing, valve stems, and tire disposal are all free. Plus, if we can't beat your best deal, it's free.
2, the largest selection of brand name tires anywhere. Nobody carries more in stock.
3, the best customer service. Experts help you choose the right tires, and ASE certified mechanics get any job done right.
Did I mention we beat all deals or it's free? Trust us, we'll make you happy you came in. That's a promise.
Bell Tire.
Check this out. It's the Mercury Montego. Montego reinvents the car with one great idea after another. Can your car do this? Sit up higher for a better view. Go ahead, cross your legs. There's plenty of room here. Lots of room here, too. All this plus 29 miles per gallon on the highway. The only car that can do all of this is this one, the Mercury Montego.
Now lease Montego for just $249 a month. Compare us, compare them. There's no comparison.
They don't look like family.
You're right. Your grandma, she adopted me and Uncle Jack like she did your daddy.
But on August 12th...
Why would somebody hire a killer to shoot Mom?
Some bonds...
The least we can do is go bang on a few doors.
...are stronger than blood. Mark Wahlberg, Tyrese Gibson, Andre Benjamin, Garrett Hedlund.
I just wanted to talk! Let's go talk to him now.
4 Brothers. From director John Singleton. Starts Friday, August 12th in theaters everywhere.
Now during the summer sales drive, it's 1 week to deal, where well-qualified Daimler Chrysler employee lessees can lease one of America's hottest products for just $219 a month. Go to places you've only seen in postcards with the fully capable, award-winning Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo. Or qualified returning Daimler Chrysler employee lessees can get into their own safety utility vehicle, the Chrysler Pacifica, for only $219 a month. Plus, lease now and pay no security deposit. But hurry, 1 week to deal ends June 30th. So get to your Chrysler and Jeep superstores today.
7, honored as America's top television station for community service.
Well, you know, one of the hottest places to watch the game tonight was, of course, in Royal Oak. That's where we find Action News reporter Michael Rosenfield. So what are they doing there? Did everyone leave? Or are they still like...
They're still out here. You know, it's a really sad and subdued crowd out here, but still very proud of the Pistons. A lot of people still cheering them on and, you know, saying to me, we'll get them next year, of course, but fairly quiet on the streets, which is a good thing, I guess. Not too much trouble for police. Royal Oak police are doing a great job lining the streets. You can see behind me, preventing a lot of people from moving onto the streets, which is what they wanted. They also put up some crime tape as well, which you can see, another method they're using to keep people off of the streets tonight. So fairly quiet right now, but during the game, of course, a completely different scene. Royal Oak bars were packed with fans cheering or moaning after every play. At the end of the first quarter, with the Pistons down by a little, there were no worries at Mr. B's.
I think we're in it. We're close. We got to stay close, make a move in the fourth. We just got to be there, make a move right at the end.
The ups and downs of the game thrilled the crowds, and by halftime, still no concern.
Well, you know, they just have to play defense, like box out, offensively and defensively, take away the three-point shot, and play some heart-to-heart basketball. They have to have them deep within. Feel the soul!
While the game heated up in the third, the tension started to grow, and the crowds at The Rock were still glued to every possession.
You know what, I think right now the game's going pretty good. They're keeping it pretty good. It's pretty even. My stance on the game, I think they're going to do it. It's a close game, fourth quarter, down to the wire.
Royal Oak police tell me just a few problems tonight, a couple of arrests for disorderly conduct, a fight over in a parking garage, but for the most part, things proceeded very quietly out here as people deal with the loss. A lot of people, Carolyn, still out here on the streets, like you said. Still proud.
Oh, definitely. Conference champions. We'll be back next year. Bad boys. We'll be back next year. Definitely. We got you,
Thanks, you guys. So as you can see, everybody's still very proud of the team despite the loss. We'll send it back to you guys.
All right, Michael, that's the spirit. Thank you very much. Let's go back to San Antonio, where Don Shane is still standing by courtside. Donnie?
All right, thank you, Stephen. Certainly one of the stories we talked about a lot coming into this game was the possibility of Antonio McDyess getting his first ever NBA championship ring. It did not happen, and Larry Brown wanted to talk about Antonio after the game.
Oh, he's dying. You know, he reacted after Game 5 like it was, you know, like he was ready to jump off a cliff. And we got him back smiling last game. He's hurt, you know, but we wouldn't have been in this position with a chance to win if it wasn't for him. And I told him about a month ago, he's going to be better next year.
We certainly hope he is. McDyess played extremely well in place of Rasheed Wallace when Rasheed went to the bench in foul trouble, and he did a heck of a job. It's just too bad he couldn't get the ring, but he'll be back next year, and the Pistons will likely be back, could be back in this position at least next year as well. For the moment, I'm Don Shane at San Antonio. Stephen, Carolyn, back to you in the studio.
You gotta believe we will.
They will be back. Thank you, Don.
Well, the Spurs may have taken home the trophy, but tonight we're very, very proud of our Pistons.
And we continue to look at the great plays. This one from the first quarter. It is ripped to Tayshaun to Rasheed, who hits up Chauncey for 2 to put Detroit ahead by 4.
When we come right back, we'll have more Pistons postgame coverage right here on Action News.
On DVD, Off the Streets.
Winning in here is the key to winning out there.
Where we from?
And Into the Game.
Come on. All you got to do is have the drink.
Inspired by the true story.
Basketball is a privilege.
Of a coach that turned a team into champions.
This whole community is behind this team.
And boys into men.
We're going to finish what you started, sir.
Directed by Thomas Carter, Samuel L. Jackson, Coach Carter. Play to win on DVD today.
Subway Restaurant's personal pizza, awesome.
Now there's new personal pizza from Subway Restaurants. Sizzling hot and bubbly with all your favorite toppings. Hot out of the oven in just 90 seconds.
Personal pizza fast.
Subway, eat fresh.
Get to Subway Restaurants any day after 5 p.m. and choose any 2 regular footlong subs for just $8.99. That's right. Any day after 5 p.m. you can get any 2 regular footlong Subway subs for just $8.99. Subway, eat fresh.
At Yellow Book, we looked at a lot of ideas to help you remember our name. We looked at blimps, a Yellow Book stadium. Sports marketing was a very appealing way to say Yellow Book has a lot of new fans. We even considered a line of Yellow Book clothing. Now that we're coast to coast, we've seen some pretty wild ideas. Some a little far out there. But at the end of the day, we think our book speaks for itself. So remember, yellowbook.com and Yellow Book, not the other book, 1-800-YB-YELLOW.
Trying to fix that Boeing basement wall yourself? You might want to call the experts.
If your basement wall is bowed, the foundation experts at Insta-Dry Basement Systems can take care of the problem once and for all. With the Grip-Tight wall anchoring system, you can be sure your wall will be straight and stable, saving you time and energy. Call today for a free estimate.
Insta-Dry, known best for being better. You're on your way to
a better day when you think Ford first.
During our June sales event, get $5,000 cash back on Ford Explorer. Explorer is America's most trusted SUV, safe and versatile. Lease it for only $225 a month. Current AZD plan employees can lease an Explorer XLT 4x4 for $225 a month with $23.45 due at signing. Only $225 with a V6 Air, moonroof, trailer towing package, and more.
Detroit Ford dealers, think Ford first.
We're going to take a break from our coverage of the Pistons game for breaking news. This is from Highland Park, where some homes are on fire tonight. A problem often in this town. Craig Smith live in Chopper 7 with the very latest. Craig?
Yeah, boy, I'll tell you what, Stephen, what a bummer this is. 4 in all are burning right now. This is 2 of the houses that are burning. We're in the area of Woodward and the Davison, the southeast quadrant of that intersection here. And in fact, the fire department's having a hard time putting this one out. We see they're squirting water on it now, but they had trouble getting water on it. The water was on, then it was off, then it was on again. Now I'm going to have Brian pan over to the other 2 houses here to the northwest that are on fire as well. The fire department looks like they're getting a handle on that. One of the houses is completely destroyed, and the other one is on fire right now. Stephen, back to you.
Real quickly, any idea whether these are abandoned homes, as we see so often catching fire?
You know what? I can't tell, to be honest with you. The one looks like it may have been occupied. The one back here to the southeast looked like they may have been unoccupied. But the one, it looks like there may be somebody living in it.
Okay, Craig Smith, we'll stress we do not know the cause of these fires here tonight in Highland Park, but again, have so many problems with those kind of fires.
It's sad to see, especially on a night when we're celebrating our Pistons. So right now, though, we're going to get to the weather.
Which is going to be hot. Jerry?
Boy, we've got some steamy weather coming ahead for tomorrow. In fact, steamy weather today up across the northern Great Lakes area has produced a number of strong thunderstorms and a number of tornado reports. Look at those storms up in the upper left of your screen. They're moving in toward the Duluth area. Those storms have spawned at least 4 tornadoes in North Dakota and 1 in Minnesota tonight. Not a lot of major damage, though. These storms are weakening. Nonetheless, a tornado watch is up in that area until about 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. So these storms are going to be active a little while longer, but we expect them to refire again tomorrow as this heat and humidity again will feed these storms, and we'll see more of them coming across the upper part of the Great Lakes. And by this time tomorrow night, we might have 1 or 2 of them down here in Metro Detroit. Here's the picture across our region right now as far as temperatures are concerned. 68 at Mount Clemens, 63 at Port Huron, 71 at Pontiac, 63 at Ann Arbor, and it's 70 degrees in Detroit at this hour. Humidity has started to climb. It's now up to 65%. We have a falling barometer and a southerly wind at 6 miles an hour. Overnight lows are going to be very mild in the mid-60s, 65 at Pontiac, 64 at Ypsilanti, 66 degrees here in Detroit. 84 was the high on Thursday, and that came about 2:30 in the afternoon, 52 the low. No rain around here. We had a few high, thin clouds during the afternoon, but things were dry around here. Now you see the tornado watch again up in the eastern part of Minnesota, western Wisconsin. The tornado watches in the tornado watch in the western part of this watch box now coming down as the line of storms is weakening and moving into the Duluth area. Also some storms out over the Plain States through Nebraska, and we'll see these refire again tomorrow and gradually move in an easterly direction. So we could have some storms around the Chicago area tomorrow night, also across the Traverse City area, and maybe come close to Detroit, but I think it's more likely we'll see thunderstorms on Saturday around here. It's going to be a humid day tomorrow as we get a southwesterly wind. The humidity will begin to climb, and that coupled with the temperatures is going to make it a very sticky day around here. 94 at Oxford, 93 at Richmond, 93 at Dearborn. Detroit's record high, 97 degrees, set in 1952, so it doesn't look like we're going to tie or break the record. Boaters tomorrow will find a southwesterly wind at 10 to 15 knots under partly sunny skies. Good day to be on the waterways and cool off. Here's our forecast. Mostly clear overnight tonight and a mild night with a low temperature of 66 here in Detroit, but a hazy, hot, and humid day tomorrow with a high temperature of 93. We'll have hazy sunshine throughout the day, a southerly wind at 5 to 15 miles per hour. Slight chance of some scattered showers or thunderstorms tomorrow night. Better chance on Saturday. High temperature of 87. The thunderstorms will cool us down just a bit. Sunday, still some clouds and maybe a thunder shower in the area. 86 degrees the high, and the heat stays with us right through next week. We'll have more 90-degree weather through the midweek period, even into next Thursday.
Wow.
If we hit 93 tomorrow, that's going to be the warmest day we've had around here in 3 years.
We want it summertime.
We got it.
We like it hot.
Yep.
All right, thanks, Jerry. Stay with us. We'll be right back with more coverage of the Pistons post-game.
If you need tires, take the Bell Tire Challenge. We challenge you to beat our guaranteed everyday lowest out-the-door pricing. We challenge you to find a bigger selection of top-name brands in stock. We challenge you to find people with more expertise than ours, or better ASE certified technicians to take care of your vehicle. And we challenge you to beat this. We beat all deals or it's free because we want to give you a lot of great reasons to keep coming back. Trust us, we'll make you happy you came in.
That's a promise.
Bell Tire.
You like what you see, huh? It's hard out here for a pimp.
His dream is alive.
I ain't never gonna be nothing more than what you is right now.
His music is real.
I've been hearing this beat in my head. 1 in a million shot.
His time has come.
Go whoop that trick.
It ain't the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog.
Hustle and Flow. Rated R. Starts Wednesday, July 13th. Only in theaters.
Now during the summer sales drive, it's 1 week to deal, where well-qualified Daimler Chrysler employee lessees can lease one of America's hottest products for just $219 a month. Go to places you've only seen in postcards with the fully capable, award-winning Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo. Or qualified returning Daimler Chrysler employee lessees can get into their own safety utility vehicle, the Chrysler Pacifica, for only $219 a month. Plus, lease now and pay no security deposit. But hurry, 1 week to deal ends June 30th. So get to your Chrysler and Jeep superstores today.
Wallside, Michigan's window leader, announces our incredible pre-holiday sale. Prices have never been lower. Get sliders from $229 installed. Double hung tilt-ins from $189 installed. Patio door walls from $699 installed.
We can do that. We are the factory.
And you pay nothing till July 2006. Wallside won't be undersold. Give us 15 minutes in your home and we'll prove it. Call now, 1-800-521-7800.
7, honored as America's top television station for community service.
You know, tonight's heartbreaking loss means Detroit's mayor has to make good on a bet. Action News reporter Glenn Zimmerman is live at Shane Park with that part of our story. Glenn?
I got to wear a San Antonio jersey, which will kill me. And then I also have to send him a Detroit product basket. And then the last thing, I have to give him a week's salary to his favorite charity.
I guess he's going to be paying up.
He's going to have to with a smile.
All right, before we get out of here real quickly, Jerry's here with a quick look at wake-up weather for us.
Well, we're looking at some sunshine in the morning, and it should be warm, right around 70 degrees when you get the day started. And later on in the day, we'll hit a high of 93.
Okay, get ready with the sunscreen.
There you go.
Sunglasses. Anyway, that's the latest from Action News. Thank you so much for joining us and cheering on our Pistons.
Yeah, Don Shane of the 7 Sports team is up next with more post-game coverage. Do have a great night, and you'll get them next year.
This has been a presentation of 7 Action News, on your side. In Michigan, more people get their news from 7 Action News than any other source.
On DVD, Off the Streets.
Winning in here is the key to winning out there.
Where we from?
Into the Game.
All you gotta do is have the drink.
Inspired by the true story.
Basketball is a privilege.
Of a coach that turned a team into champions.
This whole community is behind this team.
And boys into men.
We're gonna finish what you started, sir.
Directed by Thomas Carter, Samuel L. Jackson, Coach Carter. Play to win on DVD today.
Well, I've had a good experience online because I move around a lot. So I'm able to find a computer somewhere, sit down, I can communicate with my agent.
We're able to do so much online.
Even if it's late at night, folks love to go to rockfinancial.com because we've got articles, we've got calculators, we've got all of our featured options. You go to rockfinancial.com, you're going to find a lot of information.
That's very convenient to be able to go online and see exactly where the loan is, where you are in the process.
You can apply online at rockfinancial.com or you can call 800-333-ROCK.
You're a parent, which means every day you do something great. But today, you'll outdo yourself. You'll learn about saving for college with the Michigan Education Savings Program, the 529 College Savings Plan with a Michigan income tax deduction. Start today and give yourself more time to build your child's college fund and your 2005 Michigan income tax deduction. Go online or call 1-866-643-8449.
Thank you, guys. What a weekend. Awesome time. Thank you.
Hey, you're marrying a great girl, buddy. Seriously.
Yeah, she is a great girl who would not approve of one single thing we just did.
Isn't that your... Well, that's gonna make an interesting toast.
I'm Don Shane, live in San Antonio. Back in our studios, the former Pistons head coach Chuck Daly, the Hall of Famer, won 2 NBA titles. And we will talk about what happened here in Game 7, a Piston loss, a San Antonio World Championship win, and I guess a little bit about what happens next year as well. First of all, Chuck, you're never happy when you get to this point and lose. But do you think that after they sit back and look at what happened for this year, getting back to the 7th game of the NBA Finals, they will take some satisfaction from doing what they did? Or do you think if you don't win, they have no satisfaction from this?
I think after winning it last year, there'll be very little satisfaction. There are no more big games, that philosophy. You've got to win a championship when you're this good. And I think they'll be very, very disappointed. Plus the fact the season's going to end so abruptly for them. And now they've got to sit around and think about it. There's going to be some unhappy days ahead.
Put us, I guess, in perspective for us. You've been on both ends. When you lose, I assume you're hit harder and remember it more than even when you win sometimes.
Oh, I think absolutely. The losses stick with you much, much longer. The winning kind of happens. It's over. And you walk around smiling, like someone said. It's really true. You'll be driving down the road. You just keep smiling until the season starts next year. The losses, when you lose it, you think about all the things that might have been or you could have done or someone could have done to solve the problem.
All right, let's talk about what happened in this game. It was real close, 1 point at halftime, tied after 3. But the fourth quarter belonged to the Spurs, and really Bowen deserves a little more credit than he was getting. The guy who scores the points is the guy who gets it.
No, I definitely think Duncan deserved it. I thought Ginobili maybe might have been second, but I don't think Bowen did a very good job defensively, no question about it. He made some big threes, but there were long, long minutes when he wasn't part of the offense, merely positioning himself in the corner. But he was a big factor, there's no question, because he helped shut down the guards, and they switched him around to take care of some defensive presences. But he would have been in the mix, but you still got to give it to the big guy.
Got a lead and got careless. We had a 7-point lead and made a bad turnover. They score 3, then we take a bad shot and they come back, and all of a sudden 9-point lead is that over, got the crowd in it. But we had our chances. You gotta, I thought Pop did a great job of getting us out of stuff with their defensive effort. I think this was good for our league with these kind of teams playing. So emotionally, you want to win badly, but I also recognize the fact that another team deserved it.
Pistons head coach Larry Brown. Chuck, first and foremost, do you believe that we have seen the last of Larry Brown as far as the Pistons head coach is concerned?
My gut feeling is that he will probably move on. I don't have any basis for that, but I sense in a couple of his statements that that might happen. But you never know for sure. He could change his mind. That's a personal feeling in my own case.
You have been involved in other capacities with other organizations, consulting and such, besides coaching. We've heard before that he's a coach. That's what he says he does. Would you be surprised if he takes some front office position with Cleveland or anybody else and doesn't coach?
I wouldn't be surprised that he takes it temporarily. I think Larry Brown will coach again. I think he's laid down the edict. He is a coach. He loves to be around practices. He'd probably rather spend the time in practice than anything else that he does in life, maybe except for his family. I think we'll see him coach again.
Okay, Chuck and I still have a lot to discuss concerning this game and the Pistons' ending of the season in a way in which none of us really wanted to see. We are back with more of the Pistons post-game show live from San Antonio after this.
The Rock Financial Pistons Game Day is brought to you in part by Rock Financial. Call the mortgage experts at 800-333-ROCK or visit them at rockfinancial.com. By Wallside Windows, we can do that. We are the factory. By Bell Tire, trust us, we'll make you happy you came in. That's a promise. By Gardner White, get the look you want for less at Gardner White. By SBC, going beyond the call. And by your Metro Detroit Ford dealers. Check out the great deals on the new 2005 Ford vehicles. Visit FordVehicles.com.
All-star and champion Ben Wallace knows a thing or two about serious bling.
Yo, check it.
Nice. Now check this. The Ford F-150. 28 World Championships is the world's favorite full-size pickup.
Now that's some serious bling.
Now, current AZD plan lessees can lease a fully equipped F-150 XLT Super Cab for $199 a month with $1,969 cash to its signing.
Hey, man, it takes a champion to know one. See your Metro Detroit Ford dealer today, and...
Summer is heating up, and you can make it sizzle during the Gardner White 7 Days of Summer Sale, where for the first time ever, pay nothing until 2007. You can get the furniture you love in the styles and savings you want. Plus, Gardner White pays your sales tax, and there's no minimum purchase. Add in free next-day delivery and free setup, and making your home a summer retreat is a breeze.
But a deal this hot can't last, so get to Gardner White today and save.
New car, Gary?
Huh? No, I got one of those Trojan horse viruses.
Ooh, that's nasty.
Yeah. Can't seem to get rid of it.
Well, good luck with that.
Make internet security the last thing on your mind. SBC Yahoo Online Protection blocks viruses, pop-ups, and more. It's all together, included with SBC Yahoo DSL, now just $14.95 a month when you order online.
Now during the summer sales drive, it's 1 week to deal, where well-qualified Daimler Chrysler employee lessees can lease one of America's hottest products for just $219 a month. Go to places you've only seen in postcards with the fully capable award-winning Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo. Or qualified returning Daimler Chrysler employee.